Hey, peace. What's up? All right. I divorced my husband. Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's fucking sickness. I found myself divorced and out there looking for love in all the wrong places. Fucking this one and that one and that one and that one and this one and that one. And my body count going up and my value going down. I'm just going to call it like a TI is. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them. I should have stayed married to my husband. I felt like I was on this dark road with no street lights, pitch dark, and I couldn't find my way and didn't know which way to go. I felt lost. I felt like I was walking barefoot on that dark road with pebbles and hot rocks sticking my foot. I felt hurt. I felt alone because every time he and that one and this one and that one left my bed, I was alone all by myself. And which was supposed to be soft and comfortable for me, my pillow, it was now filled with tears. I should not have left my husband. I am filled with joy now because I have a wonderful man in my life. And although my marriage to my ex is over, I should have stayed with my husband. Now, believe me, he was no angel. But guess what? Neither was I. I just thought I was better than the man. Peace.
First off, let me make sure you guys can hear me. Type ones in the comment section. Let me make sure you guys can hear me before we get started. We have a very interesting show tonight. Try to get through this thing really, really quickly. But, you know, you guys, you like to chat, you like to leave your comments. So we're going to go there tonight. So if you guys are with me, type some ones in the comment section and make sure you guys can hear me. Ones. So can I see anybody typing one? We'll get going. Can you hear me? That's the question. Let me make sure. Okay, good. Nancy says she can hear me. Okay, let's get the show started. Take your time, Rev. What's up, Harold? Whatever. What's up, everybody? What's up, my beautiful ladies? My sisters, I love you. My fellas, what's up? What's up, fellas? This is going to be a good show. It's going to be a good show. We're going to talk about these lies. That's going to be I told you I was going to talk about it. I told you. And we're going to do it tonight. But in case you're wondering what we were watching, I've been seeing a lot of posts. People posting about leaving their husbands and ladies posting about leaving their husbands as if jumping into this dating market would be something that they would want to do. And I'm pretty sure most ladies that would watch that and say, you want to be out here because it's really, really competitive. It's really, really cutthroat. I think, what up, Jason? What up, man? I think, with everything that's going on in the dating market, if I was married like that, I probably wouldn't want to jump out here. But see, men, unfortunately, the more successful we are, we have advantages. And that's just the reality. But, I've been seeing it. And people have been sending it to me like this one that was sent. After 21 years of married, I asked my husband for a divorce. I feel happy and excited about a new chapter. She got 54,000 likes, 55,000 likes. But somebody said, well, let me just say, you'll be extremely lucky if a chapter is waiting for you. I've been divorced for 20 years, and I haven't found anyone yet. Biggest mistake I've ever made. And I'm finding that a lot of ladies are saying that. They're having what you call buyer's remorse. They bought into this, it's our time, city girl, whatever. And you look up and you like 35, 36 years old, and you realize that the dating market is not what you thought it would be. The men that you would think would be knocking down your doors, the ones that were texting you while you were married, those types of men, you're wondering, you're finding out that they don't really want me like that. They just want to clap them cheeks. I like this one. I'm going to keep using it.
Do you have it?
They just want that. They just want the guts. And after that, they usually are done with you. So they're finding out, man. But people are still doing it. And they're finding out, like your girl, Tia Mowry. She discusses dating amid divorce from Corey Hardick. DMs and dating apps. Tia Mowry is continue to get used to her life as a single woman. And she's finding out that her DMs are not blowing up. Let's do some real-time editing here so you can see what she said in this article. Come on, D. Let's get this going. Why it's not working? Oh, here we go. Let me move this so you can see the rest of the article. Now, she's saying she's struggling with dating since nobody's in her DMs. Now, I think that's cap. I think people are in her DMs. I just think it's the ones that she would want. Those types of men like Corey, those high-value, quote-unquote, men are not in your inboxes. And you have another one. She said this one. Y'all know her from Soul Food, the series, and all the mother movies or whatever. She says she misses the single life after being married for over 17 years. She wants more attention. But I've been seeing this over and over again. And I'm like, I'm not married or whatever, but I'm trying to figure out, when did it become okay to say I'm married and I just want to leave just to put myself out there again? Now, ladies, you can stop me at any moment. I'm sure that's not you, thank God. But there are a lot of ladies, I know a couple in my head right now, I'm not going to put your business out here, but they have stated that, oh, God, I want to be divorced. The single life was for me. No, it's not. It's very cutthroat, and you're older, and you're bigger, and it's not going to work out in your favor. Not for the types of men that you want. And see, the thing is, if you just want to go out here and just have fun, I'm not going to judge you. Be my guest. But if you're saying, I want to date because I want to meet that man that's better than the man that I just left, chances are you're not going to meet that type of person. They're not. Let me explain this to you. those types of men that are quote unquote on your level that I'm going to talk about level later, those men, they're rare. They are rare. Y'all think they just fall? No, they're not. And what do you mean by rare? Because the ones that are available, either they are involved with somebody, they are married, or they just out here clapping cheeks. They're not looking to settle for somebody who's less than what they can attract now. That's just the reality. And I'm seeing too many of you try to jump out here and think it's, ladies, y'all need to listen, okay? Don't do it. But since I'm talking about the ladies, I'm about to take a shot at the fellas. Fellas, you know, we like to keep our hair cut. I'm actually been blessed to be able to cut my own hair, thank God, as best as I can, I guess. But some of us who go to the barbershop, go to the good barbers, the ones that you're going to have to pay. I don't know what the prices is. Like I said, the prices are, I haven't been to a barber since 2017, but I'm pretty sure they're very expensive. But whatever you do, don't do what this dude did, but I'm going to bring the context here. It's been stated on my timeline time and time again that R&B is different. R&B is dead. I believe the best era of R&B was the 70s and then the 90s. We can toss up between those two. You may not agree, but those of us who grew up in the 90s, we know it was lit. It was the best era as far as R&B. You had all those great artists back in those days, right? But right now, I don't know what R&B is. I don't know what the mode is. And so it was discussion being made if R&B is dead. We can probably have that discussion. That's not the context here, but you can say it's dead or it's not. But this guy had an interesting take, but it was hard to focus because of this.
R&B is not dead. What happened in the 80s, if you remember, is we evolved from CDs or whatever to all digital.
Yes.
You know, kind of hip hop kind of merged with R&B and it kind of enveloped it. And, you know, we kind of forgot about it. So writers stopped writing. And and so two things happened: R&B and gospel. Well, gospel kind of enveloped R&B. So you hear a lot of Kurt Franklin and a lot of different things now, Franklin, contemporary gospel music. Back time when I was doing.
Stop. Can y'all help me out, please? Now, no, but that's the thing. That's what I was going with it, Rosie. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Nobody told you. See, look, first of all, we know you start the fade with that line. That's the bald line at the bottom. If you can look at the bottom there, that's called the bald line, right? Then what you are supposed to do, those of us who are barbers, we know you are supposed to fade that into that part that's on top. Yeah, he said they took gospel from you know, man, listen, Mr. Brissett, we not going there. Brissett, we not going there. But you're supposed to go into this fade part, right? And then after that, you're supposed to go to the top part. I think they call that the parietal ridge or ridge or something like that. You're supposed to go into that. Then after that's over, you blended that, you've done all the detail work and everything. Then after that, you go to the lining. And then after the lining, you then used enhancements lightly. The enhancements are supposed to be enhancing the cut. It's supposed to make it look sharper. It's supposed to look natural, but sometimes, you know, especially when we are taking photos, we overdo it with the enhancement. But it's still supposed to look a little natural. Can somebody please tell me what this is going on with his head? Could you please? No. I'm gonna get rid of this. No, that's not spray enhancements though. Be the change, because spray enhancements, I have that machine. It's in my you know, where I cut hair. I have that machine. I have the good one, like the 360 Jeezy machine. You know what I mean? I got the real one, and I got the what's they call that? What do they call that? The hair fibers. I got the fibers. I got the spray. I got all of that, right? But it's not supposed to be that noticeable. It's not, and if you're using the no-drip junk from Get Beamed, you can sweat. Like people say, oh, it's sweating, it's coming out. Not the Get Beamed one, not the one that they push on that. No, but I don't know what this is. I don't know what's happening to his head. I don't know. But anyway, let's move on. I know I go at the ladies with the makeups, but fellas, we gotta do something about the enhancements. personally, I don't mind enhancements. I think it adds the different, the sauce on the top of a good cut. It's the extra season on a good cut. But sometimes, especially with the pencil lining, I wish I had it. I should have brought it in here. The pencil lining, we got to watch it. I know the ladies are talking. We move with the market, fellas. Watch it with the pencil. If they do the pencil thing, make sure that they blend that in at least where it looks contoured. It shouldn't look like an ash line unless, of course, they use the spritz or the holding spray. Then it will probably look like that. But we just, fellas, I try to help us out. We kind of slipping with the enhancements and the pencil. Let's do better, fellas. Let's just do better. If she's cheating, that hair's a mess. I mean, just wash it off and just start all over again. I mean, I could have saved them, though. Believe it or not, me, my dudes, we could have saved them. I would have did my house cut because that's exactly what that was. I would have saved them up. But anyway, I cannot believe that we are still arguing. Now, the whole Russell Wilson Sierra thing happened last week. Just today, I'm seeing people still arguing about it. Why are we still arguing about this? I mean, we had our say about it. I posted this picture when I went live the last time. I still saved it. But why are we still arguing about this? I had my say. I'm not going to talk about what I felt about that. No, we're taking this in a different direction now. Y'all saw these pictures. All right, get off my screen. So here's the thing. I've been seeing a lot of people still talking about this. But the fellas, we actually, a lot of the dudes, they kind of slowed down. They was like, hey, we had our say and whatever. But it just seemed like there are a lot of bitter baddies. There are a lot of bitter baddies out here still talking. And I'm like, for what reason? Why would you? And so what they resort to: shame, insult, and guilt. But here's the thing. One of the things that set me off was this one that I'm about to show right now. And I wish, I'm not going to the roast, Miss Lynn, I'm not going to the roast room, but check this out. This said, I prefer to put this more delicately. But to the men saying, if Sierra were my wife, she wouldn't be wearing that. My brother, please don't concern yourself with hypotheticals that exist so far outside of the realm of possibilities for your life. Save yourself the stress. She will never be your wife. There's a Sierra equivalent working as an assistant at Pandora, and you can't even pull her. So you definitely need to not worry about the crown princess of Crunk. Calm down and keep your eyes on your own paper. See, here's my problem with that. Every woman I saw post this thing was average at best. No offense, because y'all don't have a problem going at the men. But every single solitary, every single one of you that posted this thing, this specific thing, every single one was your everyday average looking woman and below average. So while you taking shots at the men because we have this thing called a standard, instead of you respecting that and say, okay, this man has a line in the sand where he won't let me cross. I can respect that. You decided to say, you can't even pull the Sierra. First of all, when I saw Sierra without the makeup, I wasn't really all that impressed. I wasn't all that impressed. I mean, she looks like your everyday looking woman. Without the makeup, she's cute, but this is your everyday. It's the makeup and everything, which we could have a discussion on, but it's the makeup that makes her this person. And then she already had notoriety. She already had fame for reasons that we won't discuss here. But I'm just not understanding, why would you go? First of all, Russell Wilson represents the 0.03 something percent of all men in the world. If you run into a Russell Wilson, you consider yourself to be extremely lucky. But he ain't going to a Pandora. And if a woman looking like Sierra works at Pandora, I got to wonder what's going on with her life. Because women that look like Sierra and has her clout and her notoriety, they are models, they are actresses, they are singers. They don't care how you sing, just look a good way. This are the things that they do. So while you going at men and say you can't even pull them, I'm sure they have. I pulled a few good-looking, very pretty. I'm sure Miss Lynn is very pretty. We could pull them. Only because men have understood that if we get our money up and our weight up and our prestige up and our connections up, We can pull the best versions of women out here. So for you to be insulting to those men, which bring me to this. 76% of the men that you qualify for are those same men that are saying, my wife wouldn't wear this. And instead of you saying, I will respect that, you decided to piss on the men that you have to choose from. Make that make sense for me. So now all the men that have standards and looking and you saying, oh, this is acceptable, y'all can't pull this. Instead of you just saying, we respect what you want, you decided to shoot a shot and say, we can't pull them. That's bullshit. We can pull them. Oh, because here's the thing. If Flavor Flav and Biggie Smalls and all these other Lil Wayne can pull models, trust me, we can pull them. Some of you slept with worse. So that just ruffled my feathers how cavalier y'all can be with men. But the second we say, all the men that I know have said, my wife wouldn't wear nothing like that. Why? Because your first responsibility is bring respect to your husband. There is no way in Hades that you can say, oh, my husband's a Christian, and you decide to wear this. It's no discussion. My wife wouldn't even think to wear this, because she respects me enough as her man to honor my commitment to the Lord Jesus Christ, honor my commitment to following his way, honoring my commitment to be the vessel that he could use to bring other people to him. So she wouldn't bring me dishonor by having her butt cheeks hanging out in front of the millions of world, people watching it. So for you to go at the men for having a standard says a lot about you. So we may be cool, but you shared it, and we still cool. But I just think y'all should just watch that, because we are watching. And some of you, we saying that's why you single. That's one of the reasons. Because you feel like you could just do whatever you want to do. Men like Russell Wilson, especially very wealthy men like Russell Wilson, they are extremely rare. They are extremely rare. They don't, and Russell Wilson, the thing, I used to say he wasn't a simp, but I'm saying it right now, he's a simp. Because only a simp would sacrifice, I said this before, would sacrifice his core values to appease another individual. And simping has an expiration date. Because you can only simp so much. Because you simp, you keep giving. But when somebody has an insatiable appetite for attention, eventually it's not going to be enough for her to stay with the whole, because he's going to retire. He's not going to be in the limelight. He's not going to be this superstar. So what's going to happen when he's just the ordinary guy like he was? When he's not on sports, nobody's going to really care about him. He's having a horrible career right now. He needs to get it together in Denver. But if he doesn't do well this year, oh, God, it's a wrap. Then what's going to happen? You're going to move to the next thing, because that's what you want. It's about attention. Fellas, stay away. Listen to me. Stay away from attention-seeking ladies and women. If every time you turn around, they got their butt cheeks out, they twerking everything, that's not going to be good for you. They're not going to stop for you because they don't feel like they need to. Up your game, make more money, up your connections, gather with men on your level, and you can pick better women, all right? And I'm not saying Sierra's a bad woman, but my woman, let me say this, would not wear that. And I don't really give a fuck in what you say. You can try to attack me or whatever, but guaranteed she would not wear that. Why? Because respecting me is key to her getting what she really wants from me. Stability, provider, protector. I will respect her. I will love her, honor, kiss the ground she walks on. But she has to give me something. And one of the things is to respect me and my walk with God. I can't have my wife out here like that. Jesus. Anyway, we didn't have Doofus of the Week last week, but we got a good one today. Golly, you can't make this up.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
You know, when I do these Doofus of the Week, it's very rare that I would watch it and say, what the heck was you thinking? I mean, I say it all the time, but seriously, like, what were you thinking? There is absolutely no words to describe what you're about to watch right now. I hope you were sitting down. It's not very long, but check this out.
She's about to get evicted out of this one, too. She's not about to do it. No. Oh, my God. Oh! Where is she? Is that her wig? Oh, my God. Yo, that's her wig. Oh, my God.
What could he have possibly done that made you that mad to do something this stupid? Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Would you like to see that again? Let's watch that one more time. Let's watch it again. It gets better the second time.
She's about to get evicted out of this one, too. She's not about to do it. No. Oh, my God. Oh! Where is she? Is that her wig? Oh, my God. Yo, that's her wig. Oh, my God.
And the crazy part is, it goes to show you, he really, I'm thinking this at the end of their relationship, because he just started fanning the car. Like, dude, like fanning the car. Bro, what? Now, I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be fair, ladies. I'm going to be fair to you. When we do something jacked up, because we will do something jacked up because some of us are very impulsive. So we may lead with the wrong head. We may do something that may cause you, pain. But what goes through your mind to make you, like, I'm sure some of you have thought about it at least. What is it that goes through your mind that makes you feel like you could put sugar in my tank? I've heard that happen to people that are close to me. Slashing tires. I've seen that literally. Key in your car. I've seen that. I've seen some women throw eggs at their car, at their apartment or house. I've seen women do a whole lot of stuff because of the man that did something. What actually resonates in your brain that makes you want to do these things that could possibly lead you where Donald Trump is going to be? I mean, I don't know, fellas. Help me out here, because I try to stay on the straight and narrow. I'm scared for my life because brick through the window. I've seen brick through the window. Thank you, Nancy. I've seen that. That's not real, D. I'm sure so was W before. I'm thinking out now, man. I've seen, well, not seen, but I've heard of women actually putting sugar in tanks. I've seen a woman actually think about what she was talking about it, taking, what's that called? The kerosene, the gas thing, going to the gas station, right? Getting one of those gas tanks, pouring it on their car, and doing like they do in the movie, how they make the line go to the car and then lighten it. She literally said this, and I was like, you gonna go to jail for him? And that's what I want to say. If he's the kind of man that makes you that angry, why give him the satisfaction of you going to jail and you doing something like that? I know you think you may feel good. I can post the articles of women who shot men, cutting they male members off. But in the end, is it really worth it? We hurting something think he loves or church. Well, I mean, I get it. I know they hurting, but man, I just don't understand that. I really don't. Let's have some fun. Let's go. Preachers Gone Wild is not 64. Preachers Gone Wild is now graduated 65. Preachers Gone Wild is 65 now. Preachers Gone Wild is 65. Preachers Gone Wild has now entered into elderly status. Man, I saw somebody post something that said Prophet's Gone Wild. I'm going to wait and see if he makes it a thing before I actually bring attention here. Preachers Gone Wild is my thing. We do this here. I hate that, man. I hate when people take stuff. You got a good idea, you've been running with it, and somebody see it and try to take it. I'm not going to bring out the name, but I hope this is not a thing. Don't make it a thing. Don't do that. That's not, it's not kosher. We do our thing over here. The best you could do is invite me on, and we can have it together, pause. But speaking of pause, where are you at?
Look at your neighbor and say, he's a meat stretcher. He'll stretch your meat. He'll stretch your meat.
Pause.
He'll stretch your meat. Hallelujah.
Help me out here. I need to see the whole video of this thing. Y'all see my shirt? I think I'm going to start selling this. You can't make this up. I made a sweatshirt saying this. You can't make this up. I'm thinking about selling these. Let me know in the comment section if you're interested. But he said he will stretch your meat. Now, I'm thinking it's a context behind here. I want to know the scripture. I want to know what he's talking about, man. I just want to know the context, because when you guys send me stuff and I look at it, sometimes I'll be like, okay, what's the context? But I mean, I'm still going to post it. It makes for good content. But still, I want to know the context that will make him say he will stretch your meat. I don't need a man to stretch my meat. I don't need a man to thank you. Okay, cool. All right, then I need to get on it then. I'm going to get on it then. But I don't need a man to stretch my meat. I need a woman to stretch my meat. That's our job. And, you know, next week we going to have some fun. I already got the subject matter for you, I'm sure. But, yeah, stretch your meat. Like the Strong Meat Conference. Y'all remember that? The Strong Meat Conference? But he should have said she'll stretch your meat. Even that's a pause. Even that's a super duper pause. And I probably would have been. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a woman stretching your meat. Not a man stretching. I don't want no man stretching my meat. I mean,
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
We ain't stretching meat over here. we ain't stretching meat. You think you know? We ain't stretching meat over here. All right, this ain't the kind of. I'm not that kind of host. Shout out to my brothers. You know, that go that way. That just ain't me. A woman can stretch my meat. It don't. Yeah. Dude, can we watch that one more time? Let's do it.
Look at your neighbor and say he's a meat stretcher. He'll stretch your meat. He'll stretch your meat.
Pause.
He'll stretch your meat. Hallelujah.
Oh, God. No, we don't do that here. Rest in peace, Chad. Rest in peace, but we don't do that here. Maybe I'm thinking it was that. I really think it was the two fish and 5 loaves of bread. I'm thinking that, but that's not meat. That's fish. That's not meat. That's fish. And he even said he'll stretch your fish. That's still a pause because, I don't want you stretching my fish though. That I don't like fish like that. Anyway, God, Derek, bad Derek. Let's move on. This was sent to me today, man. Some of y'all sent this to me last minute. I literally had to do fast edits on it, but check this out, man. Listen, it's been times, Powerhouse people that's watching this right now, I'm telling you, lately in church, it's been so high. Yesterday was the first day y'all was about to see me get off that bass and I was about to listen. It was there. Raekwon, TJ, Dio, Daryl, Tab. Don't try to make me shout like that. Keep that shout music where it can keep me stable. Because the way they was playing yesterday, oh my God, I was ready to get up. But anyway, this will never happen to me.
In Jesus' name, hallelujah. He's worthy.
Yes.
He's worthy. He's worthy.
Yes.
He's worthy. Tell somebody he's worthy. And we give his name the praise. Come on and snap your
God, you can't make this shit up.
You can't make it up. You can't make it up. Play it again. All right, Sam.
Oh, worthy. In Jesus' name, hallelujah. He's worthy. Yeah. He's worthy. He's worthy.
Okay, help me out, everybody. Ladies, this is for you. What could she have done to avoid this? What could she have done to avoid this? I mean, what could she have done? Real quick, what could she have done? He just wanted to see her thighs. Thighs were impressive, though, Miss Lynn. I ain't gonna lie. Thighs were impressive. But, yeah, the fact that, here's the thing, the fact that she kept going was hey, you know, you get that clap from me, sweetheart, because you kept going. You there is no way in the world, because with me, I would be like, what? I would definitely, I would have been dropping that mic, I would have been picking it up, and I would have just said, oh, God, I'm getting out of here. No, I'm serious. I would have dropped that mic, and the service would have been over. I'm pulling up my thing. You said safety pins, suspenders, not wear it, okay? I mean, what else? That was a serious wardrobe. It was a serious wardrobe malfunction, Tommy. Serious wardrobe malfunction. I'm still freaked out by it. I guess wear a skirt that fits, because, man, I mean, I know she was trying to be modest. She was doing the opposite of, you know, certain somebody, but it still didn't work in her favor. What up, Roddy? What's up, man? Hope to see you in Philly. Hope to see you. I hope you come up. Slip underneath. Okay. People still wear slips. I'm driving right now, almost. Man, will he be safe out there? She walked off slow because, listen, I just can't. Thank God the top was long. Man, because shy, you right on that, because I promise you, if that skirt was just a little bit high, we probably would have seen a little bit of the holies of holies, and all of us would have been tripping out, laughing at it. I promise you, I would have been. I'm not going to let you live on that if we see the holies of holy. I'm just saying. But that ain't the only thing that happened. Praise and worship leaders, don't ever do this.
I am not forgotten.
Yes, he knows my name. Hey, bend your knees, swing your wee, hey. Bend your knees, swing your wee, hey. Bend your knees, swing your knees, hey. He knows my name. Hey, he knows my name. Oh. Everybody last time. He knows my name.
He knows my name.
Damn, that boy can sing.
You must be crazy.
He good.
You must be crazy.
So I guess he was looking for people to be like, woo, when he got done. But they was all like, they was not impressed. The mothers of the church, I love this thing. The mothers of the church was like, oh nah, we ain't feeling that, my boy. Dude, bend your knees is okay. Shake your weave is too much. It's way too much. Way too much. And so the reason why I put that clip in the end, is because it did look like sexual chocolate. Because when he got done, they was just like, and then sexual chocolate. We gonna go on that note. Yes, he said swing your weave. He said, swing your weave. You cannot make this up. You just can't. You can't make it up.
Man, look at me when I'm talking to you.
I'm just saying. You can't make this up. All right. Now, let's move on. That was pretty interesting, though. I just think sometimes, you get so hyped in the moment, you think you can say anything. I'm telling you, it's been times when I've been sitting here, pause when I'm doing this, but trust me, the microphone makes you feel like you are invincible, that you can say anything and it's just going to fly. And I had to learn, some people that, talk to me about it. I had to learn you can't just say anything. Some of us are very gifted at pushing the envelope and getting away with it, But everybody's not like that. I'm happen to be one of them, so I had to pull back. So I know how, you can be in the mic and say, oh, I can say this and get away with it. Nah, you just really just can't. But one thing I will never do. Well, let me show you this. Here we go.
You know why the Church of God in Christ can't touch what I preach? Because what I preach is in the Bible.
No,
You
no,
know
no,
I preach is in the Bible.
no.
That's why you can't touch it. You can't touch it, Smith. That's why you can't touch it. In Bible. That's all you got to do. All you got to do. Now, I am declaring to the Church of God in Christ,
Amen.
every bishop and every elder
Amen.
and every pastor,
Amen.
because you failed to live up to your teaching. And being that you failed, let me tell you, bishops from the Church of God in Christ,
Amen.
this is your student.
Amen.
Bring me your overseer.
Amen.
Put up. Amen. Or shut up.
Amen.
Bring me your overseer.
Shut up. I wish I had that. I mean,
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
I mean, I know some of you like Gino or whatever, but let me say this. I would debate you. I would be happy to debate you. And I'm not even a minister, but I'm happy to debate you on what you say and what you do. Because I think a lot of his teachings are antiquated. I believe a lot of his teaching goes based off of something in the world that doesn't exist as far as, 2,000 years ago. But not just that, his stuff is applicable. Now, some of the things he say, I agree with it. But some of the way he goes at it, y'all think Kevin Samuels was bad. He's worse, actually, in some regards. But here's my thing. Why do you go to his home turf to try to debate him? He was talking. Yeah, he would never debate. He would never. Well, he probably would if it's at his church. He loves to debate people on his home turf. So you got all his people, and you can't imagine how that feels if you are debating and you're not really, especially if that's not your thing. You don't know how to take somebody what they're saying and then take and destroy their argument. Some of us, we are horrible at reasoning. Our reasoning skills are horrible. But it makes it worse when you are in somebody else's building and it's packed to capacity with him getting his amen corners. So anything he says, he can say, man, that frog jumped from that and got hit by a truck. Yeah! Oh, my God! And you can get up there and speak some good truth, and they would, chicken, crickets. So I don't know why people think to go there. If you're going to debate him, go debate him in a neutral place where if it's a ticketed event or something like that, it should be equal. Don't try to make it where I could go to your church because you're going to win every day. That's stupid to do that. So to the man that actually went to his church to try to debate him, I mean, I take my hat off to you, but I just think that you pretty much walked into that one. You could have avoided that whole situation. Now, if anybody's seen the whole thing, I want to see it. So if you've seen it, please inbox me. I want to see this thing. I want to see what was it about. Because you can't say, okay, let's just debate the Bible. That's just stupid. The Bible's too many books. It's too many chapters, too many verses. But if we can debate a theology or a doctrine or some dogma, then yes, let's talk about that. I believe Bible instructs us not to argue with the fool. Well, yeah, absolutely. I know, Marcel, but I want to know where. I want to know exactly where. So I'll probably just run the search, while later or whatever. If I still have this thought that I want to know, but I do. I actually want to know what they were debating. And I want to know both of their points. I want to know what the gentleman from the Kojic said, and I want to know what Gino said. But I'm pretty sure I've seen Gino debate before, and it's a lot of over talking. It's a lot of cutting you off. It's a lot of that stuff, so you can't even get your point across before he's cutting you off and saying, go here, go here. I mean, you've seen a couple of them where he kind of was a little bit lenient, but for the most part, nah, you ain't getting, because you're in his setting, and he's not going to let you outdo him. Just don't go there. And thank you. You should not be debating behind a pulpit. I agree. There's a host of things you should not be doing behind a pulpit. Calling people out, that's probably one of them. That's probably one of them. What up, D?
Can y'all clap for Brittany, who haven't been to church all year? This is her first time coming to church in 2023. So can we clap our hands for my member that ain't seen since 2022? Can you wave your hands so that they can see you? Yeah. This is her debut. Amen. Amen. Prophet Anthony, he ain't been to church in about 2 months. Y'all clap for him.
So, yes or no, was this wrong? Was this wrong? Was this an error? The drummer, yeah, he did. Marcel, and the organist was like, and I think musicians, we kind of in the middle of it. Some of us, we like, man, that wasn't cool. You know, don't do that. But, you know, we just got to, whatever. We got to play through it, I guess. Got to get that check for some of us. But I don't agree that you should call people out over the mic. I just don't. I don't think public humiliation. I was watching a podcast that Miss Lynn put me on from her church. It was a group of 4. It was a bishop, it was a pastor, and it was 2 young ladies on there, or ladies. I wouldn't say young, but they were ladies, and they were having a great discussion about church hurt. Miss Lynn, if you can put it in the comment section, that would be wonderful. But it was a great discussion about church hurt, and there was some great points that were made all around the board. And one of the younger pastors, he actually said that public humiliation, he was speaking about public humiliation and how that could lead to church hurt, or how you should not do it. The Bible didn't tell you to publicly humiliate. It said rebuke before, so that all can, learn or fear. But that doesn't necessarily mean public humiliation. I'm from the school of thought that if you do something publicly and everybody can see, it's events, it's ubiquitous, then I should be able to rebuke you or reprove you in public the same way you put it out there. But there's no way in the world I'm going to rebuke you in public for something that you did in private. I'm not going to bring everybody into your situation. Because like you said, Janet, what does it prove? What was the fruit of that? Because see, if that's me, I'm going to show you. I'm not going to come back ever, Silver. The silverback in the mic thought that it would be funny to put me on blast. Now, I always say one thing. You got an audience there. I have an audience here. My audience may not be that big, but by the time I notice that when I'm really, really going in on somebody, you think it's going to be messy, my numbers go up. And trust me, I'm going to advertise that. I'm going to make flyers. I'm going to be tagging people. I might even do a bass video to bring more attention to it, because my bass videos get a lot of attention. So if I do a bass video, I'm like, hey, I'm going to be roasting somebody tonight on my live. Oh, they're going to show up. Because one thing y'all don't know about me, I can be really, really savage. But I try not to be. I'm trying to turn over a whole new leaf. My brothers and the soldiers, they know I can be real savage with my words. But I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. And I've been doing good. No code reds. There's only one. I think Spiffy, he's probably licked his wounds. But that was the only code red that I did on here. And I try to keep that going. But if you ever think that it would be okay to go there with me in the mic, we go into the roast room, and trust me, it won't be preachers going wild. I won't even do a pre-show, the black and white pre-show. I won't even do that. I won't even go to the room where we talk real stuff about relationships. I won't do that. I'm going to spend the whole time in the fire room on you, unless I do something that warrants it. Thank you, Kenny. Kenny, my cameraman. What's up, man? Thank you so much. They don't think it's humiliation. They think it's raw, open rebuke. Pause on that. But yeah, they do. They do. But I'm just against it. I just don't like it because I don't like it. So I'm not going to do something to somebody that I don't like. I'm not going to rebuke somebody in the mic unless it's warranted. Sometimes it's warranted, but here's the thing. Most times it's not. That's why I kind of side-eye some prophets. Don't put my business out in the street. I don't care how many concubines I conquered. Don't put it out in the street. Pull the mic away. You know you smashed that chick last night. God saw that. Don't do that no more. Because he going to punish you. And I'm going to be like, oh, God, yeah. But if you can, you slept with the, We gonna have to do this the old school way. We gonna have to take this a little bit outside. I don't do that. I think we need to get away from that, because there has been one of the reasons why men, especially I've noticed a lot of professional, eligible women always say, where are the men? Why we can't find no good men in church? Why we can't find any good men in church? Because eligible, professional, successful, sophisticated men with any kind of level of dignity do not want to go to a church where they are publicly emasculated by a man that's their junior. We don't want to deal with that. I haven't called anybody my spiritual father in a long time, almost 20 years. I have never done it. I haven't done it. I didn't even call my first pastor my spiritual father. I think the one pastor that I called my spiritual father, that was the only one. That was Bishop Tavis Grant. It was the only man on earth I ever called my spiritual father. That's it. Everybody else, we were brothers. I respected you. I respected your office, but I didn't call you my spiritual dad. I just don't do that. That's just because sometimes you could be emasculated. And I'm going to show you this video, and I'm going to be stopping it while we dissect what was happening here. A lot of you have sent this to me. Kaylin has sent this to me. I think Steven sent this to me. Cortez has sent this to me. All of you have sent this video to me, and it's probably one of the most disturbing things I've seen, and it made it to Preachers Gone Wild. Y'all ready? Here we go.
If you're not careful, you're going to blow it.
That's a pause, by the way. Pause.
You're not careful, you're going to blow it. If you're not careful, you're going to blow it.
Pause.
If you're not careful, you're going to blow it.
Pause.
If you're not careful, you're going to blow it. If you're not careful, you're going to blow it. Get in place. Get in position. This is about being a servant. Your spirit has to change. I told you months ago that this next season was going to be the hardest season of your life, and you fumbled the ball 3 times. And I told you,
the drummer is going to wear you out. Just know this: the drummer is going to wear you out. Pause, but not really. Oh, Jesus, he probably would if you looked at. Well, shut up there. Here we go. Now, so far, so good. I don't really have much of a problem with what's happening right now. It's still embarrassing to a degree, but it's not bad right now. I don't think it's bad right now, but here we go.
you specifically what this season was, and if you're not careful, you're gonna blow it. I don't care who prophesied to you. I'm your pastor. I don't care who tell you X, Y, and Z. I know you by the Spirit. I know your shortcomings. I know what you don't do in this church. I know what you do in this church. Nobody outside this church knows, and you can tell them I said it. You can tell any pastor, you can tell your cousin, you can tell anybody. I'm your pastor. And I don't care what they tell you.
Okay, here's the problem. This seems like a little manipulation to me. I don't care what anybody tells you, I'm your pastor. And you have to keep reiterating that over and over again. What point are you trying to make here? Why would you keep repeating that? I'm telling you, there's some Jim Jones junk. A lot of y'all are part of Jim Jones ministries and you don't even know it. You need to look up who Jim Jones is. If you got a pastor who says my authority supersedes anybody else's, where you can't even hear a word from anybody else, but you need to listen to mine, forget everything that they say. Even if they feel that's true, that is a very dangerous place because it keep going to them as their level of authority. First of all, that's a fallacy, but nevertheless, they keep you going to them like a suckling to a tit. You want to keep coming to them because they never want you to elevate. They don't want you to mature. They don't want you to have your own mind. So when they say stuff like this, y'all need to stop and just listen to what they say. They tell their real intentions when they talk to you. Dissect what they saying. Don't be so enamored by their gift to tell you what color drawers you got on, and now you crying and weeping willow, and they still telling you every false thing under the sun, or they're manipulating you and or inserting things into you, pause, and probably not really, that may not be to your benefit. Amen, lights. Here we go.
You don't get yourself together and do what you're supposed to do in this house, everything that God has promised over your life is subject to be aborted. Get yourself together.
Can you abort a prophecy? The one pastor that I have a lot of pastors that I look up to. His name is Bishop Cimarron Dawson, right? If God can abort a prophecy for you, then he's not omniscient. If God can abort a prophecy for you, then he's not omniscient. They use that as an ability to get their way out, because if their prophecy don't come to pass, it can always be something that happened. Maybe it was your fault, or maybe it wasn't God's will, or this, that, and the other. And they totally eliminate and they dodge accountability like the Matrix dudes. They dodge it. Even with this, they dodge accountability because they don't want you to tell them you're a false prophet. But if God is omniscient, he already knows what's going to happen to you already. It's already been predestined, right? So why bring me a word and say God's going to do this? If it's going to be predicated on my actions, then tell me that like they did in the Bible. If you see what I'm saying? Like even with the tithe that y'all preach, it is an if. Then I will open up the windows of heaven. It was always something that was gave you the option. But if you come telling me, Derek, God has seen you and God's going to do this, then that should be done. Amen, lights. Let's continue.
Get in place before you blow it. Not just for you, but for your family. Get yourself together, Bree. Pick up the vacuum. Clean the bathroom. You're not above the work. If I did it, you got to do it. Get yourself together.
You know, Cam, I hear you. And you know, I agree with you to a certain extent, but we got to understand in 2023, everybody's running the camera. Somebody's going to tape it. The videotape is going to get there. Somebody's phone camera. That's going to happen. But it still doesn't change the fact that this is not a discussion that should have been happening in front of everybody in the church. If it's something that's going on in his personal life and his family, then he should have this discussion with him and his family. Open rebuke. How does this help anybody else? I'm reading what you're saying, Myson. And I get that. And, you know, I'm just really, honestly, I just think I still think that this should have been, like you said, we don't know what the background is. We don't know what the background is. And because there's no background, we don't know the background, we are looking at it. But it's going to get a lot worse. So if we can move on beyond the fact that he put him on blast, let's listen to what he's saying, though.
Titles without service are empty pieces of paper. They have no value because it's service which gives the title to push. Do you hear me, son?
I didn't like that. Son, he looks like he's older than him. I'm sorry, that's personal. Now that's just personal. Now I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm saying for me personal, it's just I don't rock with that.
Get yourself together. You operating in the wrong spirit. I don't like it. You're operating in the wrong spirit. I don't like it.
This spirit that you're in is not from God. God don't operate like that.
It's about the drummer right now. The drummer.
Get yourself together and be Bree. Come here. Lift your hands. You have no reason to be angry, to be upset. Because if I gave you the keys, you would blow it. You don't even know how to turn on a system. If I gave you the keys, you ain't tried to learn nothing. If I gave you the keys to any church, you will blow it because you don't know how to do nothing. All you want to do, son, is preach. And preaching is less than 10% of pastoring. You got to learn how to do the work. And
So, see, this is what I'm confused on. It just seems like it was something more than just him doing for his family. It's something else that's there. It's something else that's there. And I think the biggest thing is, if you're going to do this, make sure somebody said something, I think it's the wisest thing ever. There is a time when the cameras need to go off in the church. I think this is one of them. Because now that the camera's going, now this is look like this is a real camera, dude. Nobody's going up this close with no phone camera. He wants to preach without doing the work. Yeah, okay, then have the discussion with him. You know, I just not with this in front of everybody thing. I'm just not with it. I'm sorry, just not with it. If it's something you be like, at least try to be soft with it. I don't know, Derek. We both know what's going on with you. God is saying you need to work on that. Lift your hands. Work on that. Work on I don't get that. I don't get that from here. I'm sorry, I don't. And I will never defend somebody going at nobody like this. No, because for one, it looked like he pretty much just took his nuts from him. He brought him down to a level. He brought him down.
Worrying about them. You got to do the work. Because without work, you know why a lot of pastors fail? They ain't got no service. They ain't put in no work. I can give you the money right now. You want to go out there and do it on your own? I'll give you $20,000 tomorrow. You go out there, you find you a building, you go get you a sound system, you go pay your rent, and after you do that, you have nothing. And I guarantee you in 6 months, you're going to come right back up here broken. And I'll give you what I started. I'll give you what nobody gave me when I started. And I'm telling you to your face, you're going to fail.
It's not the fact that he's telling him a lie. This looks like a power trip to me, Cam. This looks like a power trip to me. It looks like this man probably wanted to start a church. Soft talking probably sounds like he fed up with what. I get that. But still, as a leader, I just don't get with the talking to me like that in front of everybody. So the option was to bring me down as a man in front of everybody and bring me down a peg in front of everybody else. That was the only option that you had, right? I don't see that. I'm sorry. I don't get that from this. I don't get that from this. I get some man that's pretty much, this dude probably wanted to start a church, and he probably was like, hey, I'm going to do this and this, that, and the other. And he felt the way about it and decided to bring him down. Bring him down a peg. I need to daddy you up. That's what I'm getting from this. Some people learn the hard way, but we got to exhibit something different, though. If he wants to go out there, let him go. I would take him. Look, it's ways you could do it without belittling him in front of everybody, including his family. Maybe him is going to go with him, Harold.
Because you ain't putting in enough work. And I don't care who prophesied to you. Without work, prophecy is null and void. And if anybody in this church is contrary to what I'm saying to him, you get the hell up out of here because you of the devil.
Okay. Really? Come on. Who can defend that? Who can defend that? This is not no. So did somebody prophesy and said you gonna be a pastor and he felt the way about it? And I wish I knew the backstory too. This was just sent to me, and I'm saying, even if I knew the backstory, I just don't agree with the put me on blast, because if this is what was prophesied to him and this is what he accepted, I mean, at what point? Because, I mean, for crying out loud, what is he supposed to do?
If you want to contest what I'm telling to my son, let this be your last time coming in this church. You're gonna let people mess you up. And I'm telling you to your face, this right here is my last time with you. You understand? The next time it won't be no I'm thinking about leaving, I'm gonna give you papers. I'm gonna give you papers. I'm telling you to your face in front of everybody. And I had nobody came and told me nothing. I'm telling you what God is saying. The next time you don't have to worry about even thinking about it. Because when you show up, I'm gonna say, here are your papers right now. And I'm gonna stand you up before the people, and I'm gonna say, today is Bree's last day. And we're gonna bless you, and you can go out there and you can try to do this without help, and you're gonna fail. You're gonna look like a fool because you have no foundation, no support. You make the decision what you want to do. With me, I'm good. But what would be a travesty would be to spend 10 years in a church and don't get nothing out of it. And if you're not listening to the voice of your spiritual father, you're not getting nothing out of it.
We can actually stop it right here. We can stop it right here. That drummer is just the drummer is on next level. Your boy is under the weather, but I'm pushing through this show today. Let's finish it up.
Be careful of the voices that plant seeds in your ear that will get you out the will of God for your life. Are you listening to me? Am I right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little bit painful to watch. I mean, we can say all that, but I just don't like that whole I'm your spiritual father, you can only listen to me kind of vibe. I just don't like that. That seems to be Jim Jones-ish to me. Nah, he never swings on him. Exactly. Like somebody said, yeah, you the only one that has a word. I mean, dude, everybody, that's not true. That's not true. And like I said, that's manipulation to me. That's abusive. I wish I had some of my people from Church Folk Revolution that were watching, because they got stories about this kind of stuff, about a pastor. You got to listen, read between the lines. See, some pastors will be like, look, God has called me to pastor, right? And the pastor probably would be like, okay, either they're going to roll with it or not. But some pastors be like, you know what? Okay, well, sit up under me. Let me show you some things and teach you, and then you can go. But if a prophet told you you need to go right now, and he decided that, hey, I need to make this move, I just feel like, man, it's a different way you could just come, you reason with this man and be like, okay. And somebody said, maybe this is the first time or whatever he's done it or whatever. But you're supposed to have patience with your sheep. And I'm sorry, emasculating him in front of everybody ain't the way. And to me, I got this, you will never be greater than me vibes. Sit down and I got this. You stay here with me. And then, believe it or not, a lot of these pastors, they get into that trap. They fall like, you ain't going nowhere. You going to stay with me. Instead of, here's the thing. If you smart, you can say, okay, well, you extension of me at this church. Go do your thing. He talking about he going to give him $20,000. Wait, I'm not a pastor. Is $20,000, is that enough to start a church? Is that enough to start the church or start a church? I don't know. If somebody gave me $20,000 and said, hey, start a church, go with it. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if $20,000 is enough to start a church. Is it true? It sounds like storefront, as B Chain said, yeah, it sounded like another fellowship was probably interested in him and he got wind of it. Yeah, and he said, stop listening to other folks. Yeah, it is, but it's not enough. Okay. I know it takes mega money to start a church, especially the way that I want to start it, because the musicians cost money, the setup costs money, and then $20,000, that ain't enough to start no church. But you ready for this? You don't need money to start a church, because the only thing you need to do is get people, just talk to people. It's a lot of churches that started in their homes, started in their backyard. Bishop Hudson started in his mama's basement. You just started and preach, and people will come. If you got something that they want to hear and you preaching something that's relevant in their life and everything, it will be, people can see it. It won't be ambiguous. People can see it. They'll be like, okay, he's speaking something. And here's my thing. I'm thinking I wouldn't be intimidated. The only way I would feel away, which he didn't mention, is if he was actually saying things about me to discredit my ministry. That would be the only time where I would think I would probably have to light you up. And even then, I would probably do it in private, unless, of course, it was spread on the God's internet, where you physically are going at me. Hearsay stuff like that, I'm going to pull you. Hey, bro, don't do that. That's not good. That's not cool. I was here for you, this, that, and the other. I'm going to do that. But never will I just can't. Maybe it's just me. Some of you disagree, and I understand. But just me, I'm not into emasculating men to prove a point. If the man wants to start a church, let him go. And here's the thing. You ready for this? This is the part that's going to bless you. If he leaves 30,000 times, you forgive him 30,001. Unless he's doing stuff that causes your ministry, like he's starting rumors about you and he's talking about you, he's dogging you out, he's trying to take members from you by starting mess. You are supposed to exhibit that level of compassion where no matter how many times he mess up, he's the prodigal son. You supposed to kill the fattest calf and bring him back home. That's the way you do it. Don't try to shun him in front of everybody. Exactly, Andre. He said it, but here's the thing. I don't care how many times you do it. As long as you are not bringing reproach on me and my ministry, or me, I sound like them, on the ministry that I built, then I wouldn't have a problem with that. Should you forgive them? What if God told you not to do that? Open rebuke. God would never tell me not to forgive somebody for that. If they come back to me repentant, I'm supposed to forgive them every time. The only time that you probably wouldn't forgive them is if you are dead, or if they are beyond saving. But this man, he's actually trying to preach the word of God. He's actually was told, probably by a prophet, we don't know, but probably that he should start his own ministry. That's not enough to just say, oh, I'm never going to forgive you. How did he offend you? Because he left? That's not offensive to you. He didn't do anything like that because he left and wanted to start a ministry. So that's offensive to you. That's enough for you to say, I'm not going to forgive you. No, I'm not. Don't forgive them, but you bring them back. Let them come back to church. Come on back. Serve. Serve on ministry. Oh, he's just going to leave again. And when he comes back, we'll have another spot for him. That's what I'm saying. It's depending on what he did. It may have been justified, but I think he went on too long and too far. I agree. It depends on what he did. If he didn't sleep with his wife, there's no reason to do that. If he's not around there, now if he was around there starting mess and keeping up and starting trouble and telling everybody you should come over to my church because he's doing this and doing that, then yes, that's when you should do it. But I think you don't, it's still a way you don't do it, where you don't look like you manning it, while you boying this dude, where you daddying him, but you can still rebuke him, yeah. I'm just not into manning down and emasculating other men, because I really believe that's a real issue in our church, is the reason why a lot of men don't come. I know because I've asked them, why don't you come to church? Like, I don't want that. Well, I can't say it on YouTube. Get me. I ain't say it YouTube, but they said I didn't want that ninja talking to me out the side of his neck like he do them other dudes. See, it's some men out there that see that. And they not with that. They're not with that. And I was disturbed when I saw this. I was like, whoa, this is crazy because, wow. You mean you did this in front of everybody? That's the only thing. Rebuke him, something like this, unless it was what I just said, just take him to the side. Or turn off the cameras. And I know Cam said, hey, they got phones or whatever, you better take them phones. Because if it's something real happening in my church, we don't need to go viral. We need to handle this in-house. I mean, I believe it's a third issue. Cam, my boy, Cam, I am a prophet in a sense. I'm about to take this another way. Cam, I am a prophet. About a few months ago, I told you something was going to happen, and you didn't believe me. Are you ready to believe me now? We'll talk about it offline. But I told you something's going to happen, and it looked like it's about to happen this week. Well, that's the one. It's a lot of them coming, but I told you it was coming. I knew it was going to be here. Yo, boy, I'm a prophet when I want to be. But Leah, I agree with you. Whoa, Leah's here. Hey, sweetheart. I told you it was coming, Cal. I told you. Let's see what happens, though. Let's have some more fun. Okay, let's finish this out strong. Welcome. Let's have some real talking. Now y'all can leave. Preacher's Gone Wild is gone. Let me and the fellas and the ladies talk about our thing. Because punked him in front of his whole family. He absolutely did. But you know what? Some of y'all a bunch of liars. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Some of you fellas, y'all lie. You ladies, y'all lie. I see myself talking to a bunch of liars. Hey, Leah. Whoa. But I see myself talking to a bunch of liars. A lot. Not you guys, of course, but a lot of people I talk to when I speak to people, because I do talk to people, random people who I know, but y'all a bunch of liars, unfortunately. And I'm not saying this to be degrading or controversial, but there are a lot of lies that happen. Men, we lie. Let me start with us. And I don't deal in terms of relationships and cheating and all of that kind of junk. I don't deal with that. I don't deal relationships. Go see a counselor. Go see those people who deal in relationships and stuff like that. Have fun. I deal with us hooking up. I deal with us actually meeting people, actually attracting people or acquiring women or men that we want to date. That's what I deal with, okay? That's my main goal, is to help us to see the kind of men and kind of women we can pull. But fellas, we lie a lot. When we meet a woman, we lie. We lie about how much we make. We lie about our past. We lie about our body counts. We lie about everything when we meet a woman. We lie. But here's the thing. The ladies know we lie about these things. But what lie, ladies, have you told that you've been addressed about? And there are many lies, but I broke it down to 3 because we're going to get out of here in about 30 minutes, about 20 minutes, really. I won't be before you long. Unless we have conversations. Y'all ready? There are 3 lies. There are 3 lies. You can write this down. This Bible study. It's the lies that men tell you when they trying to hook up with you, or they trying to tell you something that you want to hear. There's lies that they tell. There's lies that we see in the media, social media, TV media, news media, music, lies that's told there. And then there's the lies that we tell ourselves, or the lies that you tell yourselves. And these are the things that we're going to deal with tonight, because I want to help you. And I want to kind of piss you off, because I want you to be mad. Not mad to the point that you like, I hate Derek, but mad to the point that you saying, dang, he made sense. Now I got to readdress some things. And I'm not going to be before you long. But I just wanted to touch on these lies, the lies that we tell ourselves, the lies we believe. And no bigger lie, the first lie, is the lies that men tell you. Let me tell you something. You first meet a man, he'll tell you anything, especially if he finds you attractive, because his first objective is to sleep with you. Now, that may not be something he's going to do. He may not do it until the night of marriage. but he's sexually, physically attracted to you off rip. 9 times out of 10. I ain't talking about these other men that say, hey, I don't go for that right away. Let them be that, because you know they'll get the bottom feeders. But most men, they are attracted to what they see first. If they are physically attracted to you, I'm not the person say you got to be super skinny or this, that, and the other. If a man looks at you, he likes what he sees, that is the first thing. Why? Because that's the first thing that makes him say, I need to cross this room, or I need to text her, or I need to slide in her inbox. These are the first things we see. But the lies that we tell you is the way we can it's called pandering. How we just tell you what you want to hear to get our way with you. And there is no bigger panda bear than this one, Derrick Jackson, because I've heard you guys say this, and it drives me crazy. Know your worth. Know your worth. Know your worth. Y'all say that. Men, we kind of say it, but not really. Know your worth, king. Know your value, king. Yeah. But see, value, we can see this. It's tangible. It's quantifiable. We can look, our accomplishments, our success level, what we have. Do we have our own house? Do we have our own car? Are we successful? Do people know us? Are we sophisticated? Can people talk to us? Are we articulate? We know these things that women value, right? But then we turn around and hear you say, know your worth. But the problem is you got people like this fool that tell you stuff like this. You ready? Let's go.
Team Jackson, what's happening? You know, if you watch my videos for a while, you know I stay away from certain topics, particularly the ones I feel like are running the ground or cliche. Maybe it's just the creative in me or the poet in me or whatever, but know your worth. It's definitely one of those damn phrases. I get so tired of hearing that. But it's time that we talk about it, because it's been mischaracterized so badly as only the good, sexy, you know, easy to hear and listen to side, the one that sells, you know, seats out at a seminar or books or whatever. Like, it's been mischaracterized to the point that a lot of people have the definition all wrong. You know, it's not that I disagree with the side that's usually presented, the part where, you know, a dude should put a ring on it after a certain amount of time, or he shouldn't talk to you a certain kind of way, or he should pay for this first date or the second date, or, you know, all of that. Like, I get that. I'm not mad at that. But there's a less popular side that I think of when I think of a woman who actually knows her worth. In fact, it's left a lot of women kind of mad at me whenever I speak on it, whenever I do go speak, you know, because they don't fit the description. But it is what it is. Like, when I think of a woman who actually knows her worth, I'm thinking of the woman that wakes up every morning alone when she'd rather be in the arms of a nice, handsome, strong man. And she goes out every day and she comes across these men, but because they approach her wrong, she still curves them. That's the woman that I'm thinking about. You know, when I think of a woman who actually knows her worth, I'm thinking of the one that does occasionally get lonely or get horny, but because in her text messages and her inboxes online, there's nothing but dudes who only want to scratch that itch and be on their way, she still ignores them and she stays lonely and she stays horny occasionally. I'm thinking of that woman because it's not easy to do. You know, I'm thinking of the woman that misses her ex like crazy, still got feelings for him. Hell, she may even still be in love with him because they got wild history. They had a lot of good times, but she refuses to make excuses for his behavior and make believe that it's something that it's not when he's already shown her what it is and what it's going to be and who he is. I'm thinking of that woman. You know, it's similar to the stories we hear about those rappers and those singers that they're dirt poor, they come from a, you know, impoverished setting and all that good stuff, but they get offered a record deal that's far below what they should be getting, like for $50,000, and they should be getting $5 million minimum, and they turn it down. And usually their family and their friends are the ones saying, you crazy, I would have took that money. You must be out of your mind. You so dumb, you so stupid. Who you think you are turning it down? No, they think they are exactly who they are, somebody who deserves more. They're not crazy. They're not dumb. They know in the short term, it will feel a whole lot better to have that money. In the short term, it will seem like they're in a better position than what they currently are. But long term, it won't get them the results that they should have. It won't equal out to what they should have. They know what they bring to the table, so they will not settle for scraps. That's the person I got the utmost respect for. Like, it's a lot of women around here talking about they know their worth of their time, but they'll waste it with anybody. They know the worth of their body, but they'll give it to just anybody. No, you don't. You don't know your worth because it ain't always easy. Sometimes it takes that discipline or that sacrifice, and it gets hard. Like, that's what know your worth actually feels like. So for those women that, talk like they're ashamed of not having a bae or a boo on the weekend or somebody to take them out, on a date, or the text day, their phone is dry, they're not getting no attention online, like, that's nothing to be ashamed of. Don't wear that like it's a badge of shame. If anything, it should be a badge of honor that you're not for everybody. That a lot of dudes feel like they can't even approach you, or they feel like they wouldn't stand a chance with you because they would have to step their own shit up just to be entertained by you. Like, if anything, that should be a badge of honor. So I know this doesn't apply to everybody, hell, a whole lot of women, but for the woman that it does apply to, I want to encourage you to continue to know your worth, continue to stand on that, because long term, you're going to get exactly what you deserve. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Here are my thoughts. Here are my thoughts. He rambled on for about 5 minutes to make his point in the end. And I get it. I mean, they teach us in college to actually try to get to a point quicker. It wouldn't have taken me 5 minutes to get there. But he said, your worth. I don't agree with what he said. Some of it I did. And that's the thing. He mixes some truth in there, but he doesn't apply his own junk. But that's another story. But here's my thing. When I hear you say, I know my worth, I know my worth, let me break this down to you. I had a talk with 2 ladies yesterday, and I'm not going to bring them up, and I asked them, what do you look for in a man? And they went, with the whole, we know what you want. You want a man to respect you, everything, whatever. You don't want liars and this person, whatever. But I was like, well, okay, well, what kind of man? Does he have to make a certain amount? Well, I got my own crib. I got my own house. He needs to, I want a man on my level. And then it's like, I know my worth. And most of the time when I run into women and I have this discussion with them, they always say this, I know my worth. I'm not going to settle for that. I'm not going to settle for that. Here's the problem. A lot of men that make that kind of money, they don't care about your house. They don't care about your car. They don't care about your degrees. They don't care about your business. Because if we get married and you sell your house, are you going to give me your money? When you liquidate or you rent, are you going to give that to me? So why should we care about your money in your house? And the problem that you run into is you base your worth on the sexual marketplace based off of what you make or your business or your money. But then you turn around and say, but I want a man that makes more or with me or more. It doesn't work that way for us. It doesn't. And not most, but a lot of you don't fit into the category of the worth you think you do, because you put all your worth in what you make. But you want a man that can, and you say, I don't want a man to provide, but you don't want a broke man. So that means you definitely want a man that can provide, because broke men are the only ones that can't provide. So when I hear a lady say, know your worth, first thing I'm like, do you really know your worth? Ladies, do you really know your worth? Have you really, really tested your worth on the market? Are men on that level breaking down the DMs to be with you in a serious relationship or a marriage? That's how you know. And see, this is why I try to tell my fellas, stop sleeping with these women that you otherwise wouldn't be in relationship. This is something we all could do. Don't sleep with those women, because you giving them the D validates their foolishness. You validate what they think about themselves. So they can be like, I can get any man to hit me, to get to all these men in my DMs, but most of those men, 90% of them not trying to be with you. And the other 10% you don't want. The ones that's trying to be with you only want to clap those cheeks. And once they clap the cheeks, they're going to move on to the next. Are you really, really actively men on that level in your inbox trying to be with you in that on that way? That's how you know your worth. Your overall worth and what you think about yourself, unfortunately, doesn't matter in the sexual marketplace. It doesn't. It only matters what we think, because you're not dating yourself. We dating you. So what market can you go into where the consumer looks at the seller and the seller says, I know this is worth more? Well, it only matters what I think about it. I'm the consumer. I can't go to a car lot and get a beat up car with dust marks and bald tires and say, this car was the first car I had my first date in. It's worth more. But if I'm the person that's buying it, why would I pay $57,000 for a beat up Hoot DeVille with bald tires? See, you got to look at it in that way. So when I see people saying know your worth, I'm telling you, you do need to know your worth, but you need to know your worth in a realistic fashion. Look at your inbox. Look at the men that are approaching you. Are these types of men approaching you and you got access to these types of men and you have your pick of the litter, then you can say, okay, well, yeah, I don't have to settle for the Burger King worker because I got these CEOs actually trying to date me for marriage or serious relationship. Not just sexual relationship, because unfortunately, we haven't filtered through a lot of men. We still smash the low desirables, the least desirable crew. But outside of sex, will they stay? Are they trying to build a relationship? Are they trying to be with me? That's how you know your worth. And then you're lied again in church. I've seen too many preachers lie to you, ladies. I've seen it. Too many preachers lie to you. Because you thinking, oh, he's saying he's talking to me. He's talking to me. I've seen this happen so many times. It's almost funny when the preacher says your husband on the way and y'all just get all creaming. Y'all just, oh God, yes, yes, yes. But he ain't doing nothing but sitting. It's not going to end for you. It's the only thing he's doing is setting you up for failure. The preacher says your husband is on the way, and that may be true. But let's think about it. If you're the kind of woman that's hypergamous, you want a man that makes more than you or what you make, and you this successful boss chick, so you're making $80,000 a year, which puts you over the average, right? So you're making $80,000 a year, and God sends this man. What y'all forget is men, that man that you want, he wants something too. God doesn't send robots. So that man has his own sets of desires. He has his own sets of needs and wants. And the type of man that's making that kind of money and has that kind of connections and everything else, he has more options than just you. So God may be sending you your husband, but are you willing to put in the work to attract him? And then once you attract him, can you hook him and keep him? Are you willing to do that work? But you are lied to so many times because you thinking he's just going to miraculously just show up in your life and take over and save you from a life of misery. That's not the way this thing works. And I've been seeing this happen so much. The discussions I've been having with these men has, led me to believe that. That's not the way this thing works. It's just not. You've been lied to. Men lie to you in this regard. Preachers lie to you. Men, we will lie to you. Some of us, we got male friends that secretly want to sleep with us. Some of you got that male friend. Girl, you ain't do nothing wrong. You perfect. You all of this. Then you look, your results and your outcomes are the same. We will lie to you. So you've been lied to. So what are you willing to do? Are you willing to know your worth? Are you willing to guess your worth? And then once you realize your worth ain't what you think it is, are you willing to do the work to level up to better your chances of getting the man that you want? Amen, lights. Amen, lights. Then we're lied to. Social media is funny. I saw this video, and it's going to freak you out. Check this out.
I'm not bringing nothing to the table, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you want a woman to bring something to the table, go to IHOP. Go to the restaurant where you can tip her, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because if I bring something to the table, you're going to be mad because it's going to be another man who's going to not ask me to bring something to the table. He's going to take care of the bill, them kids, and everybody else. And you, if you look broke.
So I saw this video, very quick video. The lady was talking about she's not bringing nothing to the table. If you got to ask her, fellas, if you ask her what to bring to the table. See, the reason why this is a lie, because a lot of ladies in the comment section was like, period. Oh, that's true. Oh, that's right. This is true. Oh my God, you telling the truth. And so I'm looking at these comments and I'm like, oh my God, this is where I keep telling y'all, that's where the gold is found, in the comment section. You can find the gold in the comment section. You want to know what's going on? Find it in the comment section. Those ladies was actually saying, that's right. I ain't bringing nothing to the table. I ain't bringing nothing to the table. See, here's the problem. If a man is asking you what you bringing to the table, see, this lady lying to you. She's setting you up and she married. She going home to a man. But she's setting you up because all the women is listening to her. When we say, what do you bring to the table? We're not talking about your money. We're saying, what are you bringing to the table that's going to make my relationship with you worth my time, worth me investing and putting my life on the line into this thing? That's all we're asking. That's not necessarily financial. Because if I'm making enough money to take care of a house and everything else, why do I need you to do that? So what else do you bring to this table to make my life easier? Because you coming to me. I'm searching for you. So I'm bringing you home. So what are you going to bring here that's going to make my life easier or make me worth having you by my side? That's all that means. I don't know why y'all listen to these people that get you so riled up when a man asks you what you bring to the table. That's simply what we're asking. What are you bringing in a relationship to make this thing more complete for me? And as you complete me, I complete you. But what are you bringing? It's really that simple. So why do you allow these people on the media to lie to you? But that ain't the worst thing I saw. Because now we're about to switch gears. I was setting you up for this one. Please tell me you sitting down. Fellas, y'all about to lose it on this one. Here we go. Saw this video. She wore this thing out. This is the full figure version of it. Y'all see it, right? I'm not about to body shame this woman. I'm not about to do it. I mean, I'm sure the fellas watching it gonna be like, oh no, whatever. But here's the thing. It's not about what she looks like, because we see. But I'm gonna say this real quick. Why is it, it's a lot of men that were scared to probably say anything in this comment section because they knew they was gonna get lit up. But why is it that when men find something that is done from you ladies that we don't like, we have an opinion, we get roasted? Now, please show me the video of a broke man flaunting his brokenness and is being celebrated. Please show me the video of a short man. Well, we talk about that body shaming. We did that live. No need to go there. But yeah, show me the video of a man that's not endowed flaunting his thing that you don't find valuable. Show me that video, but you can't find it. But see, in the comment section, reason why you are lied to, because if you post a video like this, guaranteed you're going to find some people in the video, in the comment section saying, Queen, wearing the crown with confidence. Now, I always want to ask you, what does it mean, confidence? Can somebody type it in? What does that mean when you say you're confident? Because, like, I'm confident. I'm an IT cybersecurity. So if my job or whatever jobs, if they call me and say, hey, we need this done, I am confident that I can fix their problems for you or tell you it's no way it can be fixed because you're broken it. But I'm confident I can do that because why? I have masters, I have bachelors. I know this thing. I'm experienced in IT and computers. So I know this thing. That's why I'm confident. So show me where wearing something like this gives you confidence. Because if you don't have outcomes, how can you have confidence? But she said, keep killing it, sis. Now notice, it's a man on here, but I went to his page, he whatever. Look at this. Confidence, love it. You are so gorgeous. Girl, who made that dress? You so pretty on you. Boo, say that. Never be afraid to stand on your own power. Yes. But where can I buy this at? These are the comments. That you lied. These are lies. I mean, because men ain't saying it. There are not a plethora of men on here saying, oh, yeah, slay. Well, let's stay alternative. But wait, where is that? Oh, this is the third one. It said period. Right? One man gets on here. Ooh. Okay, beautiful. Okay, get it. I went to his page. Yeah. He ain't trying to rock with that. Love your confidence. Love the confidence. This is what I'm saying. Nobody's keeping it real in these comment sections. Nobody. I went to this page. Very few out of all the comments I saw, it may have been one or two that said, this ain't it. The rest of them was like, I love the confidence. You beautiful. Rock it, girl. Rock it. No man I know would look at this picture and say, it's everything. So there's the lies that you hear from the medias. And why is this important? Because you'll look at this and you'll say, hey, why these men ain't, it's something wrong with them. It's not me. It's not me. I'm okay. It's something wrong with them that they don't like this. That dang Sierra did this, by the way. She the reason why she felt like she can wear this out. And then it's the lie we tell ourselves. It's you thinking you are more valuable than you really are. Why do we lie to ourselves like that? Are we afraid of the truth? Are we afraid? What up, John? Are we afraid of the truth? Are we afraid people are going to say things about us that we may not like? Why do we lie to ourselves as it relates to getting, chosen or attracting men? Why? Why do you say that? Why do you tell yourself things that we know to be ridiculous? But I've seen the most ridiculous thing. I've seen the most ridiculous thing, and we're going to sit here and we're going to leave on this. But I hope you guys are ready, because I have found the most, this is the craziest. When I say you have lied, you know what? Sometimes women be shading these females, though. They will hype you up and then send. But how does that, and this is true, I agree with you, Miss Lynn, but how does this help them? Because this is a lie that can hurt you in the long run, because you're not getting the results that you want. And I want you guys to get the results you want. But I don't want us men, we need to stop lying to them. And I need you to not listen to these media people telling you things that you know is not going to affect your outcome. I saw a video of this chick putting makeup on, right? And her face was just listen, no. Everybody's not a Sierra. Everybody's not a Sierra, right? But they went and you were beautiful without the makeup. And the men were silent. I keep telling y'all, it doesn't matter what you think about yourself in this market. It only matters what the men you want are saying. If you want to change your outcomes, otherwise, I got where are you? Is you around? Nope. Where you at? There we go. Buy a dog. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that to her, Janet. That video. But people were in the comment section, man, you were beautiful without it. But anyway, man, listen, nothing can prepare y'all. I hope y'all ready. Let's finish strong. Here we go.
Hey.
Hey.
I think you were here before.
I was, and that's why I need to give you my little update.
Oh, your hair matches my drink.
I know they were so mean in the comments earlier, like, why does people not come on with their hair like not combed? And I'm like, well, my thing is you want people to see who you're going to be like. I'm not going to come on with makeup and, just basic stuff, maybe lashes. Because, I want you to see the bare me so you don't waste my time and I don't waste your time.
So that means your hair can't be combed?
I mean, my hair is combed. It's in like a little bun. I mean, I could take the...
Stop. Hey, real quick, lady, where you get this super duper red hair from? Is that something that you woke up one day and said, hey, I want to do this, or did you get that from media? Somebody influenced you. You saw it on somewhere else and you said, okay, I want to try this. I'm not asking for shade. I want to know. So if you get a chance, you can ask me, send it in my inbox or whatever.
But now it's not like I'm bald headed. You know what I'm saying?
No. Okay.
I can take it down if that's gonna do something for somebody.
It's a messy ponytail look.
Yeah, I have a head full of hair.
Yeah.
So it's okay. Yeah.
Okay. So what's your update, honey?
Okay, so
Miraculous
when I came on the
change.
show, I came on very late at night. So I think I didn't get too much interactions from people who was really whoa, you came on late, after YouTube, Instagram, and you promised to come back on Facebook. You was dead tired. It was just I think.
But what did I make?
Just a bad.
Let me ask this question, ladies. Does Kendra G have on too much makeup? Or is that okay? Just answer that.
Wait, pause. Didn't I make you a highlight?
Yes, you did.
Okay, so none of that matters then. What's your highlight?
Well,
more people are exposed to you, regardless of the live.
Well, that's probably with the update why I should give the update, because remember I don't know if you remember, I specifically wanted a guy that was local, and it's I got everybody from Ireland to the UK to Jamaica to everybody out the country to want to date, which for me is if I don't got Liam Nelson
Stop the cap.
I can't come travel over these countries. I don't feel safe. It's hard dating people in the United States. So I'm not the girl that's you finna fly me out and I'm gonna go in Paris and go meet no random dude. I don't know you, So I have so many people like that. And I met a couple of dudes, they were kind of young, that were from the States, but totally out my league, totally out my league. like at all. Like, so I don't know if it's just like because of the BBW situation.
Out of your league in what way?
Like young, thugged out. Like I got a roughneck. You know, they was roughnecks, like street dudes. You know, and they were like 25. You know, like under 30. You know, I'll be 40 July 4th, so I definitely don't want nobody 25 like my brother's ages. You know, so that wasn't gonna work out for me.
So a couple things I remember. I think your hair was red.
Yeah, my hair, it still is red. I just got on one of my girls.
Okay. And then I think you said you went viral for cooking.
Yeah, so I am a social media entertainer. I went viral for a couple of things. I did this Cardi B video dance thing, and it got like 4 million views. And then I'm viral for my pan frying and the aluminum pan. I got like 25 million views with that. And I started my own show called the Oh So True Show. And through that, I meet a lot of guys, like, you know, but it's like they're not coming for the right reason. Everybody want to make this Facebook money now. So guys try to like, oh, I like you. I've been into you. I'm feeling you. But it's really because they really want me to put them on my show. And they want to get this thing called dual income where, you know, they get a check for being on doing content. So you got to kind of like be careful with who you date and who you don't. But, you know, I'm a BBW, and, you know, I'm like, I just feel like maybe I need a second chance, or maybe I need some people that was actually woke that night because it was so late.
Okay, well, we'll do it again, but I do have one question because you mentioned it yourself. You said you have your own show and you meet guys from your show. So what would be the purpose of coming on my show then?
A different kind.
That was a little shade there from Kendra, but I'm going to let that go. I'm going to let it go, but here we go.
Of a man, you know, because for me, I feel like with my show, people can target you, you know. These people don't know about my show. They don't know anything about me, you know, unless they go look over on my show. So now that I can't say you've been watching me for 3 months. Like the last dude I dated him on and off for a year, and he kind of like, he watched my show. So he knew everything about me. And in the end result, because he did that, it was like he was able to use me to his advantage for that, you know.
Now, I let this go. The reason when I edit it, because I wanted you guys to listen to her talk. She talks like a woman that overvalues herself. She overvalues herself. She speaks like a woman that overvalues herself. Like she believes she's somewhere where she's not. And it's gonna get worse. But this is what I let this go. I let this preliminary stuff go because I want you to hear. She's setting the tone, but this is what I mean. When you lie to yourself over and over again, when you lie to yourself, and you have people online lying to you like they do. When you have people online, you have men lying to you, and I think it's cap. Ain't no whole lot of dudes trying to fly overseas. For one, they ain't paying the extra seat for the, shut up, Derek. Nope. No. But I want to, no. Chill. Okay, they don't want to pay the extra money. But there ain't no dudes trying to fly you out. That's all cap. But you can see it. It's right here in your face. This is what a lot of men see when we talk to you, ladies. When you having a conversation with you, we can pick up. Yeah, you think a lot about yourself. Some of y'all don't even try to hide it through fake, false humility. The extra seat. Kiwan. Uh-oh. So, Kiwan is here. I'm just saying, I'm trying to be good, Jay. I'm trying. It'll be hard sometimes, pause. But here we go.
Like he knew my backstory. He knew about past relationships. It's kind of like I know exactly how to get her without her knowing I'm getting her.
All right, let's start from the top. What's your name, honey?
So I'm Shanae, but everybody calls me Oh So True.
What do you want me to call you?
You can call me Nay.
Nay, okay. Nay. Where you calling us from?
I'm in Chicago.
Chicago. How old are you?
I'm 39. I'll be 40.
She's in Chicago? Fellas, some of my Chicago friends, go ahead. Go knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. You go definitely I'm be good. I'm trying so hard to be good. Y'all you knock yourself out. You go find her, you go see her with them clothes off. It's gonna
Everybody do the Michigan ride. Everybody likes the Michigan ride. That loving ride.
Her body gonna be shaped just like that frog when she take them clothes off. I promise you. Here we go.
40 July 4th. I'm a Cancer.
Cancer. You have any kids?
I do. They're grown.
How old are your kids?
24 and 25.
Okay, 2. Have you ever been married?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I'm going through a divorce now.
Okay, So 2 questions. Are your kids by the same man?
No, they're my adoptive children. They're not my birth children.
Did you ever get birth to children?
Well, I did. My daughter was born stillborn, and I've had like 7 miscarriages. I could get pregnant. I have a problem with holding a child.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Now,
okay.
Second question. You're going through a divorce, so you're currently married?
Yeah, I'm currently married, but we're already like doing the divorce stuff.
That's what I think they told me about the last time, is that you were married and you didn't tell me that.
Oh, okay. Well, it's like totally in divorce. So like I'll be divorced. It'll probably be finalized by maybe May. So
How long have you been going through a divorce for?
3 years.
God, you can't make this shit up.
3 years, ma'am. 3 years. I've never been divorced. I'll take that to death do us part real seriously. But to everybody that's been divorced, how long did it take for you to get divorced? Did it take 3 years? I don't know. 3 years is too long. Here we go.
Because me and my husband, we got married. We never consummated. So it kind of made it a little different in Illinois. So we never had sex.
You never had sex with your husband?
No.
How long were you married for?
We were married for 2 years.
You cannot make this up. Listen. Did anybody pick this up? What marriage can you be in when you married to somebody for 2 years and they never even touch you? Then why you're divorced? So you wasted 5 because you was with him 2, and then you took 3 years to get divorced.
Nigga, please.
I don't believe none of that. I'm sorry. That's why I'm not cutting it off. I'm not cutting it off. We got to go because it's going to get worse. This 5 years, that's a 5-year span that you've been sitting there. He didn't even
Smash.
He didn't even do none of that. Why would he? I want to know why he married you then. Because the first night, I'm be clapping cheeks. We ain't leaving the room first night. You're going to have a hole in your back. The bed going to be exploded. We're going to have to go get us an air mattress. We're going to have to do that. We're going to get us an air mattress because the bed going to be broke. That's all cap. Here we go.
So you were 2 years. Why did you never have sex?
It was like for him, religious things is what he was telling me,
But you were
my
married.
husband had got shot. He was from Chicago. He got shot and he was like, if God spared me, I'm going to live right by you. I want to be righteous. So he determined after that episode he wanted to do everything by the book. So when we got married,
why can't you have sex? You're married.
He still didn't want to do it. So, and that's kind of like why I was like, I want the divorce. You know what I'm saying? I want out. Like, what we waiting for? We married now. And he was like, well, God just haven't spoke to me yet. I'm just not ready. Okay, well, he's speaking to me and I'm about to call Tyrone. So like, what you want to do?
Why does it take you so long to get a divorce?
It was actually him. Like I said, my husband, he moved to Kentucky and, he traveled a lot. So getting him served was an issue. I had.
Okay, I'm sorry. Listen, I know I'm gonna keep going, but listen, this is a red flag. You was married with this dude. He didn't touch you. He quoted religious reasons. That's why he married you. Something not right here. And let me tell you something like this. If this man is functioning and he like women, he not sleeping with you, it's other reasons. Tell us the truth. You were facilitating his life. Just tell us you were facilitating. He didn't take care of you. You was paying all the bills. He was clapping cheeks with somebody else. He was using her. Thank you. He wasn't attracted to her. But see, like I said, she's incapable of saying it was me. He wasn't attracted. She will never say that. She will never say that. This is the biggest lie. I'm serious. This is what it looks like when you lie to yourself so much, when you used to the lies that people tell you. I know this is the extreme, Trina, but this happens. I just finished having a conversation with somebody today. It boggles my mind. Trina, you think this stuff is not real. When I started talking, and it's crazy. Y'all know I've been doing this for 10 years? I've been doing this for 10 years. I just started a podcast. But I've been talking to people about this stuff for 10 freaking years almost, mainly to try to get information for me to make me better. But it started to accumulate. The information and the data and all of this started to accumulate. And now I kind of know a little bit. And I've been listening to some of the way y'all talk. Some of you not too far off from this. You're not too far off. You a hamburger away from here. Here we go.
To have like a private investigator, like, and it was just because it was out of state and because we never consummated a marriage. So the law is a little bit differently. So it's kind of like you have to do an annulment. Both parties have to agree to get out of the marriage. So the time has passed, and that's why it's moving forward now. It's over the, the 3 years or whatever.
Whoa. Is that true? Illinois people, I thought you could get a divorce. If the person doesn't show up to the divorce proceeding, then you can pretty much do it on your own. I ain't never known no divorce to take 3 years. I ain't never known that. Nah, I don't know about all this.
I got this, I got this policy about married people on my show.
No, I didn't.
So
I didn't know about the policy.
Well, I mean, you're not single, you're married.
I'm not married. We are separated and have been for over 4.5 years.
So this May, you're saying it's going to be officially divorced.
Yeah, everything
for sure.
He should be finalized by May. Yes.
He should be. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So, well, let me jump to this question fast. When was your last relationship? Have you been dating since you've been legally married?
Oh yeah, because we was separated. We decided to part ways with him within a year of us being married. I was like, I'm over it, and he moved, and I've been living my life as a single person ever since. And my last relationship was last year.
Stop. Okay. That's what I thought, Felicia. That's what I thought. In Illinois, where she lives, if he doesn't show up to the divorce proceeding, I think it's the initial proceeding, they will just move on without him. They're not going to make you stay married to somebody that you no longer want to be with. That's in Illinois. I know in Indiana, you don't even need to show up. You could get that divorce quick. But in Illinois, I think, that's a bad picture. Kendra, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to do this to you. But no, that you could have gotten divorced. It's something more to she capping. But again, she avoids accountability. They don't like it. They don't like it. They avoid accountability. They dodge it. But let's continue.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. Was the last time you was intimate with someone?
In 2022, last year.
Okay. All right. So this is Day, Chicago, 39. She'll be 40 this year. She's a Cancer. 2 children that are grown, 24 and 25. Currently going through a divorce. So what kind of man are you looking for?
Here we go.
Somebody smart.
Here we go.
God-fearing, loving, honest. Somebody who knows what he wants. It seems like I have attracted men who kind of like, I have a huge heart. And for some reason, I see the good in them. Like the last young lady said, you kind of see the good in everybody, but they got to show you the actions amongst with it. So I want somebody that's already established, knows what he wants. Somebody that's independent, that I don't have to help or do anything for. Just somebody that's going to be real. But, into God and prayer, things of that nature. I'm older now. I don't want to, I ain't club popping and, looking for the men in the club. That's the old thing we do in Chicago. So I want something different now. I like to be at home more. I like to travel more. I like to have, movie at home, champagne, a little wine, a little sip, do some hookah, so I need somebody that's, somebody that work out too, because I'm on my little workout journey now.
She wants somebody to work out. She wants somebody that works out. Now, man, y'all haven't seen the full totality and fatality of this woman. But again, does this woman sound like somebody that has been lied to, that lies to herself? She comes across, if you was to close your eyes, right, you would think that you were talking to a aside of the fact that she says she's BBW, but BBW is not necessarily bad, especially if you proportion, right? It's not necessarily a bad thing because they call a lot of y'all BBWs and some of you very, very curvy. So I don't really consider that, but that's just me. Some men, they don't go for it. Trust me, they don't. The rich men, they don't like big women. They just don't. They don't want big women. That's something you need to consider before you start calling somebody broke. The broke ones will take you. The rich ones won't. But anyway, If you closed your eyes, you would think you were talking to a supermodel. You would think you were talking to a supermodel. Here we go.
So,
Okay.
like, I don't want a big dude.
You don't want a big dude?
No. We can't do anything together but eat together. Like, no. It ain't gonna work, Kendra.
But you told me
I want to feel what he got.
You told me you're big. That's what you told
big
me.
girl, but I don't want a big guy. It's like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. What are we gonna do?
What? Okay.
I wish I had my thing. Y'all remember when I did that show, when I did the when I put in the calculation and it told you what the likelihood you would attract a man like that? Ma'am, what would be the likelihood that you would attract a skinny, working out man that's got all this stuff that you want? You know, he needs to be a bit or whatever the other credentials she said, but we know what she's alluding to, right? What are the likelihood that that man is going to say, I'm going to be with you? What is the likelihood? You've been look, I'm gonna rip y'all. I'm sorry. I'm on my way out. Here we go.
I'm learning this because you're not the first person that has said they're
Some skinny dudes like big women, yeah, and those men are usually broke. Since I've been talking to these men, 0% of those men on that level want a big woman like this. Some of them say I like thick. They don't, but they want them curvy. They don't. You just ain't seen. When it comes, she's not going to attract no man like that unless he's broken. Thank you, Felicia. Now, there are some men that actually do like, that's why, fellas, see right here, this argument, that's why you can't sleep with them. That's why you can't give them the D. You don't sleep with women that are not on your level as far as value because you give them validation. Because we ain't seeing a whole lot of marriages with them running down the aisle. Some of you nice, you curvaceous, you got, gazumbas, you got something going on. It's hope for you. Some man like me, even though I'm above average, trust me, but I still looking, I'm like, hey, that's cool for me. As long as it's proportion, we good. But I can swear to you, I wish I should record, but I don't want to do that to them. I try to keep it organic. But dude, I'm going to go to it. Aaron, are you still here? I'm going to come to your barbershop and do a live. But I want you to hear, you're going to see the level of men that say, I'm okay with it. Then you're going to start to see the level of men that say, no. I can almost guarantee you those average, a little bit above average earning, working men, the everyday men that y'all like to shun, those are the ones that say we like them big. But the men and the scallies, they like anybody they can get because you're going to take care of me and my PlayStation. But then you start to go up in professionalism. Those men, including the ones that I'm just called out, I look at y'all, my fellas, I look at y'all women, and trust me, they all look a certain way, and ain't none of them silverbacks. What's proportion? Big breasts, small waist, big booty hips. That's proportion. It ain't looking like this. I don't even know where he at no more. It's not where, dang, I can't find him. I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is.
Everybody do the Michigan ride. Everybody likes the Michigan ride. That loving ride.
That's not proportion. When you shape like that frog, then you know you not proportioned. That's not proportion. Let's go.
Big, but they don't want a big person.
No.
So I guess my question is, why don't you become the skinny person in the relationship?
I don't want to be skinny. I'm actually like I said, I'm doing my healthy stuff, like trying to do my weight.
Gotta do it again.
God, you can't make this shit up.
You can't make it up. You can't. He says you don't. Listen, I promise you, you cannot make this up. You can't make it up. You just cannot. Y'all see this, and the thing is, we laughing, and I know I'm laughing, but this is, I promise you, I have so many discussions with these women that think this way. And I'm sitting up here like, woo, you cavalier. And look, this is not a knock on big women. Trust me, I'm probably considered, I'm one of them, not necessarily, well, I'm an above average earner, being modest, but I don't mind big women. I don't. But it's gotta be proportion. I like figure eights. I'm not obese, but not got some extra loving. But I'm personally not swinging for the fence like Serena Williams either. Well, no, and see that's the difference between men and women, though, Jay. Because men, we understand our limitations. We know we not gonna shoot for a Rihanna. We not gonna do that. But I swear, women like this and women like Lizzo and women like that, they swear that they can pull any man. It's probably because men of high value and high earners, they keep smashing these low value women. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. I don't care how horny you get. Go in the bathroom. Go in the bathroom. Get you some lotion, get you something, and go away. Because you'll feel better in the morning. Because every time you sleep with one of them like that and you have no aspirations of being with them, then you give them validation. This is the reason why this woman thinks she's so much better than what she really is, because somebody around there clapping them cheeks, and so she thinks she's so much better. Go in prayer. Look, either or at this point. At this point, Trina, either or. Let's continue.
Loss and all that, and I'm actually approved to get the weight loss surgery. But there's steps that you have to go to in doing it. I don't desire to be skinny. Like, I want to make that very clear. I've been a BBW my whole life. At the age of 14, baby, I was a size 18. You know what I'm saying? I've always
whoa. Wait, she said she was an 18. Do y'all realize how big an 18 is? Do y'all know how big an 18 really is? That's dude, this backdrop behind me, not the one you seeing me, this green screen behind me, could probably not fit around her. And you telling all these men on here that you have to accept me this way. Why? Because you've been lied to so long where you think this is okay. That you can actually get on a freaking dating show and say something like this. Now, I agree. As long as she has a box, she will find a man to sleep. But listen, times is changing, though, Trina. A lot of men ain't going that way no more. Trust me, they not going unless they doing them sneaky links. They not going that way, though. And here's the thing. I did a research. I'm going to talk about it next week. Next week will be the sex show, so I hope y'all ready for next week. It's going to be crazy. And talking about sex again, but we talking about it because, no, I don't want to give it away. We talking about sex. But I found a very interesting stat that I'm going to present next week, and it's going to blow y'all minds. It's going to blow y'all minds. Trust me. Let's continue.
Side, and I've been okay with that, and I wear it well. Like when I step, I step. So, it's not a problem being a big girl. I just want to be a little bit healthier and be around for more years to come. But if I had to stay at this size, which is 336 pounds, I'm okay with being 336 pounds.
I'm just wearing. Look, Kevin just gonna. This woman says she's 300. What did she say? 301 pounds? Dude, that is the size of a lineman in the NFL. That is the size of a lineman in the NFL. Do y'all know how big? That is crazy. And she on here talking like she the chef. 330, that is way too big. And I'm going to say this, and I'm not trying to be nasty to y'all, I promise you, but it is unacceptable to be in the dating market and present yourself in this fashion. You are not, let me explain this to you. Y'all watch Discovery Channel? When they drop a big chunk of meat, right? They drop it to try to attract fish to bite it, right? The big fish, the sharks and the hammerheads and all of that, they get first dibs on the big pieces of meat. So the best pieces of meat they get when it first hit the water, those are the big fish, right? If it's something they don't find desirable, it floats down to the next level. Then you got those fish that nibble on it, right? And some of them may take it, whatever. Then it goes, as it drops further, that means these fish didn't want it. These fish didn't want it. Then you go to the next level. And then the bottom feeders, the catfish, the carp, the ones that eat everything, the scavengers. That's what they eat. When you present yourself in the market like this to men, you look like what the catfish would want and the carp. We're not interested in you unless you are the best meats. Now, Rihanna's, Beyonce, when they drop in the water, the big sharks getting them. That's of course, Jay-Z's and you know, the Russells and the rich, the 0.001% of men. Those getting the biggest fish. They like, the biggest piece of meat. They love it right away, right? Then you get those lawyers and doctors or whatever. That's in that second level. Then you get the other professionals, right? I would fall somewhere in there. Then as you start to get the everyday workers, now mind you, the everyday workers, that's the biggest part of this particular ocean. Those are the ones that most of you qualify for. But then if you present yourself as 330 something pounds, you with the cart. And I don't think nobody's ever told you that, because nobody gonna keep it real with you. They lied to you. I'm gonna keep it 100. It is unacceptable for you to show up with less than your best. If you are in the dating market, don't crap and say it ain't no good men out here. There are good men out here. They're just not interested in you by what you presented. Because you can tell how if you come into the market as shift, and I take the F off, why would you expect somebody to eat that? Why would I work my tail off to get what I'm getting, and I need to say, okay, with you? No, and here's the thing. Those men ain't interested in building with you. We've built already. We put ourselves through college. We've done this. What do we need to build with you? The men that you want to build with is the ones that you say are too broke. But here you are, 336 pounds, NFL starman, NFL, ready, hike. And you on here talking about you don't want a big man. Girl, you need to be giving it away at this point. Let's continue.
I've just chosen to do something different.
Are you getting the weight loss surgery?
I got approved for it, yeah. And I definitely am, leaning towards going into doing it. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay.
Oh, God. I just saw it. Wait. Listen.
Stop it.
I'm sorry, but what you about to see, nothing can prepare you for. With all this jacking she was doing, you would think that it's going to be something, but man, nothing can prepare you for what you're about to see. It brought tears to my eyes, for real. Like I'm really got tears in my eyes right now, y'all. For real. Here we go.
Let me get my little thing situated here.
That's a large cheetah print.
Can you guys see me?
Okay, we see you, boo. So,
okay.
And see, here's why I got the problem. Kendra G be doing this to a lot of ladies. She didn't do it this time, but some of them ladies be getting on here and be like, oh, we see you. I see you, girl. Oh, you got a booty. She be lying to these women. She be lying to these women. These women be shaped like ducats and built for it tough, and they be big and all of this stuff. But when the men come on here, oh, they ready to rip them. They have no problems going at the men. But here this lady got oh my God. But it gets worse, y'all. Listen, fellas, it's going to get worse. Now y'all see this. I'm not hushing. She built for it tough. She like the silverback. I mean, for crying out loud. Just. Unbelievable. Here we go.
So you said that you don't want a person. So what's the size? How much can a man weigh to date you?
I mean, he could be like a BON, like with a little stomach.
What's a BON?
Okay, so a BON is a guy who's like maybe like 225, 250. I've seen.
Okay. 225 is relatively small, especially if she says she wants him to work out. I'm 247 now, right? 247 and it's steady dropping. I pretty much want to get down to. I remember when I was 225. I remember when I was 216. Man, people thought I was sick. They was asking me in New G. They was like, man, are you sick? 250 in a man, especially if he work out, because I don't know if y'all ever seen me before, but I'm kind of stocky. So it's like, dude, 250 is nothing. She says she want a 250-pound man. He needs to take on a 300. Listen good, ladies. Men don't want to date women that weigh more than them. Not that kind of man. We don't want to date women that weigh more than us. Y'all hate it when Kevin Samuel said that junk. You weigh more than a man. That's not a good badge of honor. You weigh more than a man. If a house is burning down, you mean to tell me if you fell and you were incapacitated, he had to take you, he couldn't carry you unless he could bench press 300 pounds. I'm not standing up. I think you have seen me before, Trina. Hush. That's big. That's I don't think y'all understand that. 336 pounds on a woman. That's if she come jumping on your bed, it's gone. Your pelvis is gone. And listen, the bravado that she gonna have it's gonna be next to loves this type of woman. Oh no. And I don't Alvin, I don't even subscribe to that. There's not somebody for everybody because they outnumber us. And I know Trina gonna say her little bit. No. When you talking about us, I'm talking about men in my position. They outnumber us. They outnumber us. Trina is my neighborhood heckler, y'all. So don't pay her no mind. She being funny. I love her though. Here we go.
A guy at 300 pounds, at the gym, but he's also 6'8". You see what I'm saying? I don't want a guy that's my shape and my size. You know what I'm saying? I don't want a guy that's, super big, like 300 pounds. It's not going to work. I dated a big good. Like I dated a guy who was big, like my size, 300 pounds. And it just didn't work. We had a good time together. Our birthday was the same day. Very cool. But when it came to intimacy, it just didn't work out. And I just wasn't okay with that. So
okay, bring the phone back down so we can see your face. We'll move forward. I guess for me, it's always challenging to me when a person in any category, right? Not like we're talking about weight, but this is just a common denominator. A person may possess something that they say what they possess, they will not accept. So that always mind boggles me. Cause like like an example I'll give people that will say they have kids. They're like, but I won't date a person with kids. And I'm like, well, you have kids. So I guess I'm understanding you're saying that you want to date nobody your size because the intimacy, I guess, doesn't work properly.
Well, kids, I want you to understand this. Like, everybody has a right to date what they like. Like some women want only dark skinned men. Some men want only light skinned chicks with BBLs, fat asses, nice breasts. Real skinny, that's your preference. However, I tried. It's not like I was knocking the big dudes. I tried it, and when it came to the bumping and the grinding, baby, it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? It was like a bunch of huffing and a puffing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a big girl, and I'm pretty flexible. You know what I'm saying? I could do some tricks. I got some things. However, the guy has to be able.
Hold up, Heifer, what tricks can you do? Because you 300 something pounds, you ain't for the ride me cowboy, reverse cow. I mean, you be lucky. I mean, like my boy said, you got butt front and back. Ma'am, what's going on? But see, here's the problem. We are used, and when I say we men, we are used to y'all being this cavalier with us. We are used to it because a woman like this can talk like this about men. Name the time when a man can get on somewhere and say this stuff. Well, I'm pretty much going there tonight, but can say this stuff on air about a woman like this. You can't make this up. She talking about she got tricks. What tricks can you do? You probably, listen, she probably can, shut up, Derek. Nope. We ain't doing it. Nope, let's continue.
But to possess that, and then you have to be.
Wait, he said, don't underestimate the bulging one, boy. I done seen some big, man, listen, nope, you can experience, nope. We're not having book a session. We're not having this, no, listen, no. I'm pretty sure she got tricks. And the amazing trick is how fast your groceries can go from $200 to $30 in one day. That's an amazing trick. She got some tricks, all right. Whew, here we go.
Well endowed. When you're dealing with a big girl, you can't be like no Vienna sausage. Like, no, absolutely
No,
not.
listen, I
What's my shirt say? You can't make this shift up. This is what I'm talking about. This woman decides to body shame a man with a small penis. You cannot make this up. You can't make it up. This is what I'm saying. Fellas, when they are this gone, this delusional, you only delusional because you've been lied to. You've lied to yourself and everything else. Dude, there is no way. There is no way. This woman getting on here talking about you got to be endowed. Now, man, here's the problem. You ready for the red flags? We covered red flags last week. It was a red flags, this Buffalo Wild Wings. She's a beefy BBW. Let me get rid of that. I don't want that on my screen. Where you at? Where are you at? I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Nah, she definitely ain't BBW. She probably be one of these fluffies and juicy. You know, they always got these terms of endearment for somebody that like that. Nah. When she said that, the first thing.
What do you mean by that?
I was like, dude, what are you trying to say? You are this big. And you want a man that's endowed? So let's analyze. She want a small man, 250 and below. She want a man that works out. She want a man that's got his own money, and then he got to be hung like a horse because that's the only way you gonna feel anything, sweetheart. He got to work through like 14 inches just to get to the cat. So how you feel this? So name those men that are in your DM right now, actively dating you hitting you for marriage. There is no way.
guess the logic is finally seeped in. I understand it. But what gets me is basically what you're saying is you want someone to date what you would not date. Like you would not date a person that's 300 pounds, but you want someone to date you at 300 pounds.
I mean, but there's people that like women at 300 pounds, 400 pounds, 500 pounds. There's guys who are into big women, just like there's guys who are into small women.
Okay, let me break this down for you. The percentage of men that like big women is very minuscule when you start to talk about overall. I found the study that I don't go to news media outlets to find out stories like this. I actually found it, and it was saying grossly maybe less than 10%. And when you start to, of course, you know this, you start to increase a man's value, that number significantly drops. The men that are actively marrying, dating seriously is 10%. 10%. 10%. I ain't talking about the ones that's doing a falcon dance with you. I'm talking 10% of men that actually are into dating and marrying or serious relationships with women this big. So I hate when y'all say, it's men that like big women. Then where they at? Why are you on this show? And here's the problem. Here's the red flag that I was telling y'all about. She put all of the things on the man. She has not said she's willing to make any changes for him. That's a red flag. She's saying he can't be this. He needs to be this. He can't be this. She's not willing to even say, hey, I'm not going to be the skinny one in this relationship. She wants to be the hug-a-thon with her. Like you got to, like I said before, hold hands with other men just to hold you. So I can't hold you up and smash. I can't do well, Derek, don't get too, it's just, and if I was that kind of man, let me go here for a change. If I was the kind of man that I wanted a little meal, let me keep it clean. If I wanted a little meal, by the time I get there, we don't know what that's going to be like down there, if we can find it. So I got to go through a cave dive to find out your holies of holies, because it's going to be like digging for gold, because I got to lift this up. I got to use jackhammers to hold it. Then I got to find my way. I got to get some plunging tools and one of them hats with the lights down there just to give you that kind of oral pleasure. Who's going to want to do all that, ma'am, when he got better options?
I mean, you like what you like. I'm not gonna date a fat dude. Now, if you're fat and you're trying to lose weight, you having a weight loss surgery, and we could do it together, then that's something different. But if your journey is to just, I'm big, I'm a
You
BON,
right,
I'm
Alvin.
300 pounds, I'm happy with it, I'm not doing nothing about it, then no, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I want longevity in my relationship, and I want longevity in life. So ultimately, for me, like, for me to be fat, let me just say this.
What kind of longevity you gonna have being 336 pounds, man? What kind of? But this is why I said the lies we tell. This is why I ended here. This is the result of somebody spending their whole life lying. And one of the reasons why she been lied to is because, like some of the men in my comment section, she wants to be smashed by these dudes, and they have been smashing her. But that's it. She was in a marriage that he didn't even want to hit. That should tell you everything that you want to. Look, dude, I wish I found that favorite. Look, I wish I could tell you without
Emotional damage.
I wish I could do this without hurting you deeply. But if your own husband didn't want to clap your cheeks, that should tell you everything about your value.
I don't have like diabetes. I don't have heart problems, cholesterol. I don't have any of those health issues that most big people are associated. People associate those things with when you're fat. I don't have that. And I'm not saying that a guy that is big will have those either. It's just not my forte. I'm very sexual, I'm a Cancer. It's the 6 and the 9, and then we
Jesus. She said she want to do a 6'9". That's gonna be like a 6'900". That's a 6'900". 60 fellas, who's doing the 69 with this one? Raise your hands. Raise your hand in the comment section.
Yeah. I.
You ain't doing it. You ain't doing it. Raise your hand in the comment section if you actually gonna do a 69 with this one. Raise your hand in the comment section. Nah. She could try it, but I'm
Run, Forrest, run!
I'm out of here. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not. Nope.
can't do that comfortably. What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Sex isn't everything in a relationship, but it's key. I want you to not have to roam these streets for it.
But she said sex ain't everything in a relationship. What has she mentioned outside of sex in this whole conversation, y'all? What has she mentioned outside of sex in the last few minutes of this conversation? You ain't getting none from the dudes that you want. You married a man that didn't hit you for 2 years. He should have statistically rolled over into it once or twice. 2 years? You living, I can see if y'all didn't live in the same house. But you live in the same house, probably slept in the same bed. I could have been getting up trying to go to the shower and just fell in it because it's probably possible with you. Never shut up, Derek. Here we go.
I don't want to have to roam the streets for it. So I just think when you big, two big people, the bumping in the grind ain't the bumping. It's not giving what it's supposed to give. And I tried it, so it's not like I'm knocking it. I tried it, and it's just like no. I'm a triangle. I'll try any angle, and if I like it, I'll continue to do it. But it just didn't work. Boo, it didn't work.
Okay,
we can't. I ain't forcing it no more. I can't do it.
But she blaming the men and not herself. So this walrus right here is just saying it's the men. We need to level up for her. Man, she got a whole body hanging out the bottom of that dress. If she take that mug off, boy, she gonna look like a piece of raw sewage. Everything's gonna fall out of her. Her breast probably gonna fall out and wrap around her back. And when that weave come off, and not the first one, the second layer, the red one gonna come off, you gonna wake up to something that you never could imagine. But this walrus, fat, sloppy woman got on here and pretty much dogged out the men that she dated and her husband. There's no way in the world this woman should be talking like this. But when you lie to yourself, I think, ladies, that's the biggest thing. Men will lie to you. I'm pretty sure some of you are good at, sifting through the lies that we tell. And some of y'all know when it's too far-fetched on the internet. You know the internet. You go beyond that. But when it comes to yourself, you can't keep, you will lie to yourself like over and over again. You will lie to yourself. And some of you smaller women do it too. You put yourself on a level where you don't exist. You think you somewhere where you don't. And how you know your results are not there. The types of men you attracting are not there. And women can be friend zoned too. So the men that you want are friend zoning you. Except for when it's time to clap the cheeks. They friend zone you with benefits. The types of men that you say, oh, yeah, I could go for him. He friend zoning you. And you just refuse to acknowledge it. You keep putting it on the men. Oh, God just gonna send me that husband. God gonna send me that husband. God gonna send me that husband. You're gonna continue to wait. You're gonna continue to wait forever. But you're gonna be waiting because you refuse to accept the fact that you've been lying to yourself. And so when somebody like me, or when Kevin, God rest his soul, when he went at you, you didn't want to hear it. But now that you hear, I swear every week you're going to hear it from me. Every week you're going to hear it from me. Dude, that movie, I want to see that, Jay, that whale movie. I want to see it. It's to cover up their insecurities instead of real. Exactly. And it's the crazy thing, Alvin, they want to put it on the men all the time. Fellas, listen, I don't even need you to hashtag nothing, but just nod your head. Aren't you tired of being the blunt of all the blame? When they fat, it's your problem. And I'm going to continue to say fat. If you say broke, I'm going to say fat. When they fat, it's your problem. When they got weave out the yin-yang, it's your problem. When they got eyelashes, it's a problem. The things that men, the things that men don't want. When they got a nasty attitude, it's your problem. When they, everything that they have that men don't like is either a term of endearment or your fault. Fellas, aren't you tired of that? I know you tired of it, because I am. Because when I go through my timeline, especially when I'm looking for content, and I see you blaming us all the time for everything is not our fault. We will give you 50, but why should I pay for what you allowed? You chose these men. You chose them. So every time you say broke, because y'all don't have no, I was in a church and they said broke so clearly. Broke. I'm tired of attracting broke men. Broke. I didn't talk that much, but I'd be like, well, I don't want to date fat women. See, that resonates. How you feel when I said that? When I said fat, some of you probably, oh, I hate that. You fat. You don't like it, but you don't have a problem saying broke. Broke is something that you don't find value in. Men don't lie about well, some of y'all do, but we normally try to level up. We try to do better. Everybody's not going to be above average. Some men going to be right there in that $40,000 to $50,000 a year range. That's where they're going to be. Those are excellent men to build with. You build with those men. You take your money, he take his, and y'all build. Y'all want these men earning $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 a year, and those men don't want you. They don't want you. They don't want all the stuff that come along with you, because y'all don't hold each other accountable. So what we see around here permeating, y'all don't do nothing. Y'all just let it go. Oh, that's just them. Every woman not like that. No. Just like y'all want us to hold these dudes accountable, we need you to hold these ladies accountable. And Pink Book Lessons and Dee on YouTube, they try to do their best, and they doing well. But where the rest of y'all at? Because we got this woolly mammoth over here talking about a man's penis size. This is the epitome of it. Amen, lights. Let's go.
Okay. Does the guy got to make a certain amount of money?
Yes. I want you to at least make at least $60,000 to $70,000 a year.
You can't make this shift up. You cannot.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
Then she has a requirement for what he needs to make. The average guy would have to carry 15 inches schlong just for her to have an opportunity to climax. She She literally 20 pounds away from audition for 6 months. And I wish Justin Whitehead would just rip her to shreds. But y'all see, this is what I'm saying. Because you lie to yourself, you position yourself to think that you can require a man that makes $60,000, $70,000 a year. That's an above average earning man. That's a man that got a college degree or been working at his job for a while. That's $70,000, especially in Indiana. That's really good. That's about what I was making when I first got out of college, right? That's $70,000. That's good money. But a man earning $70,000 puts him above average. The average black man in this country earns $46,000 a year. So he's almost $3,000. I mean, $30,000 more than an average man. So she wants an above average earner, but she is cart food. She's below. I mean, even in the abyss, nobody would touch this woman. But she has the nerve to ask. Why? If he makes $40,000 a year, I guarantee you this woman would call him broke. But she gets to call herself Buffalo Wild Wings and fluffy and juicy. I don't give you them terms of endearment. I don't.
Okay. At least 60 to 70 a year. Do you want more kids? Or you don't?
No, at this point, because of so many laws, Kendra, you know, and dealing with everything, no. I'll be 40. So no, like I'm over that. You know, if we want to adopt, cool. If you got some, that's cool. You got a little BB, little Riri, whatever, that's fine. I'm great as a parent, you know. But
Okay.
I don't desire it.
All right. What was your last relationship? Well, you're currently married, so we get all those questions out of the way already.
Kendra, let's not keep bringing that part up.
Well, you are married, and the people that meet you have to know that. I don't know why you're married.
I am, and I'm. You know what? I'm very honest. Like I'm very.
You didn't tell
honest. I'll tell you that.
The first time though, they told me that in the comments.
You know what? I don't know. We just like I told you it was a late night. It was kind of like. You know, I don't know. We just didn't get to that question, but I live an open book. My show is the Oh So True show. It is completely about my life and my goals are towards stardom and where I'm at with my life as a.
The fact, but if you go to her page, majority of those women, reason why I chose this woman, because I've seen it. My sister always sharing the foolishness that goes on her page. I'm not directing you there unless you want to just get a good laugh. But majority of the women up in that page, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them saying, go do your thing, girl. You beautiful. You this, that. Just lying to this woman. That's why she got so much bravado with her no neck having, who almost said the word. That's why she here. Talking like this. Unbelievable.
Entertainer. So I'm completely open. Like I'm not gonna shade that or hide it. I'll tell you, yeah, I'm married, you know, but I'm going through a divorce, you know. So if this what you want, let's get something popping, right. You know.
Okay, we about to go, boo. Let me get to the last question. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I think I have a lot to bring to the table that you can sit there with me. You know, I'm smart. I'm intelligent. I'm funny. You know, I look good.
This woman just said she looked good. We don't really. You see what I'm saying, right? Y'all seeing this happen.
I can cook, and I'm independent. I think I have a great personality. I have a big heart, and I think that's something that every man needs. You know, you need somebody that's godly. You need somebody that's intelligent. Somebody that could not just spend your money up, but help you balance it. I think I fill in a lot of the blanks that men could be missing in their life.
None of that stuff she described is anything that I would want, except for the cooking part. And we see you can do that. We see you can do that. You probably throw down the whole meal. She probably bring the whole, what do you want for breakfast? Everything. She probably bringing chitlins. She probably bringing dressing and turkey legs and eggs and bacon and pancakes and everything else. But none of that other stuff, it was just like touching on that stuff. Let me tell you what men want. Y'all ready? We want you physically attractive. We want you friendly, fit, friendly, cooperative, submissive, inspirational. None of those things she said. She said she got a big heart. We don't care about that so much. Can you respect me? Am I going to have to argue with you every day? She seemed like she a piece of work. I want to talk to her husband. I wish she, man, one day I'm going to be big enough where these people want to come and talk to me. I'm going to ask him, bro, what happened? He probably like, man, she crushed my larynx. I tried to eat, shut up there.
You know, and I'm very mature.
Okay. And what's the age range you would date? You're 39.
Yeah, so I would definitely date somebody 35 to maybe 45, 50. Like I'm not knocking nobody 50 because you know I've seen them gold fox men on here on Facebook and they looking good. Them silver foxes.
Does he have to be in Chicago?
You know what? Last time I said Chicago, but I travel a lot. Everybody, my fans was like, my supporters was like, Nay, you always traveling, and you're gonna say just Chicago. I felt like if I chose home, it's easier for us to connect. You know, the long distance. I have did that before. It's kind of hard if the person cannot move. Me not having children and being an entertainer, I can move a little bit more. It's hard though. It's hard. So if they are out of town, out of state, that's cool. But if you are right here in the go, that's what's up.
Fans, okay. Q-base.
Let's do it. All right, this is Day Chicago, 39. She's a Cancer. She has 2 grown children, 24 and 25. She'll date 35 to 50. She's in Chicago. What's your profession? You are a social media content?
I am a social media entertainer. Mm-hmm. But I also am a state driver.
A state driver?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what that is. Type in the comment section if you know
She was
what that
honest.
is.
She's going through a divorce. She'll be officially divorced in May.
Mm-hmm.
She never had sex with her husband. So, do you think he was gay?
You know what? We went through that. And you know what I found out was, see, when I first met my husband, Kendra, I was small. And I went through some things, you know, with a breast issue, you know. And I gained a lot of weight from medication, actually prednisone. So I picked up about 160 pounds within our relationship. And it was the weight. A long story, he just could not tell me it was the weight. So he just came up with this, it's the religion. He let the religion story ride till...
Okay. I'm about to okay. It's only like a few seconds left. I'm going to let that play. But if you knew it was the Falcon weight, why wouldn't you do something about it? You had no intent. What? Are y'all picking this up? Am I the only one that can pick this stuff up? That's what I'm. Thank you, Rosie. Why you didn't say that from the jump, ma'am? You knew it was your weight. Everybody could see it was your weight. What the heck is going on? What, you knew it was your weight? You knew it was you clown. You knew it was your weight. That's what it was. He didn't want to lay on top of the water. I'm rolling off and I'm still on this bitch. I mean, it's like I've rolled 3 times. I'm still on you. Matter of fact, it'd probably be like 8 times. You like, dang, I'm still on this chick. That's what happened. He didn't want it. Listen, and he knew there was a heart attack waiting to happen trying to sleep with this woman that's all encompassing. I mean, you know, how you gonna get them legs up? I'm strong, but I can't hold your legs up, ma'am. I can't hold them up forever. She needs Jesus. She needs Jesus' arms. You know, they say leaning on the everlasting. You got to have those kind of arms for her because you got to hold them up. Because there's no, listen, I'm giving y'all some, there is no way you get into that thing unless you prop them legs open. There is no way. Even if you turn that thing over, which would probably scare the shift out of me. But if you turn it over and you was see, look, I got to do mine. I got to hold hands with dudes to hit you doggy style. I got literally hold hands with you. Like, literally. I mean, good Lord, dude, that would... I just can't see myself marrying somebody that I can't share a bathtub with. You getting that water, it could be this much water up in there, it's going to overflow. She just going to let this, whoosh, it's going to be like it's just overflowed with this much water. And you can't get in there with her. You dang near need to get in a baptismal pool to share a jacuzzi bath with your wife. And that's true. But see, here's the thing. That's when communication come into play. Janet. That's when communication comes into play. And some men will take that into consideration. I know I'm one. I will be like, okay, you having issues. But the second we work that out, we gonna work out together. But if this heifer come telling me right after that, oh no, I want to be this big, well, you're gonna be single. The single ministry is calling your name. And not because they asked you, you just gonna join. You just gonna join. This I can't. Lord Jesus, this woman is just unbelievable.
Actually, 4 years ago, I found out, through therapy that it was not it was not the religion, it was the way.
He wasn't
He didn't know how to tell me
attracted
that.
to you anymore?
Well, what he said was he couldn't, at the time, I was in the height of all this success of viralness. He was like, he didn't want to break my spirit. I was, the big girl, everything for the big girls. I actually mentor teenage girls who are, chubby chuckers. And, I try to encourage them to be happy with who you are, live your life,
What was this show about? What was I just talking about? You are lying to these girls at a young age because look in what happened. And which is funny. Nope, Derek, don't go there. Nope. Book a session.
So he said he felt like if he would have told me, it would have just killed everything that I had came into, all the success and everything that I do for the younger girls that's like me,
Got you.
So he just let me just say and think whatever, the worst of him.
Okay.
Now, she said he let her think the worst of him. Is he a bad guy? He didn't want to destroy her. He didn't want to take her out. So he just decided not to sleep with her for 2 freaking years. But, he didn't want to tell her, it was your way. I would have told you. Exactly. Her demeaning men is not acceptable. Right, Janet. But so she don't have a problem doing it. Ma'am, you better be lucky I'm not your husband. You be like, well, why you won't touch me? Because I don't sleep with whales. I mean, I can't find none of your hoes, ma'am, except for the one on the top of your head. And you probably can slog like 4 hot dogs at once from Chicago and Jewtown. I don't know if y'all know Chicago. She probably know Jewtown by a whole lot. That's the only thing. You just, the way you go at men. Listen, I've already said I'm taking the gloves off. When you try to go at men and what we doing, then you better be Sierra. You see how I went there? You better be a Sierra. You better be a Beyonce. Because if you're going to try to tear men down and the men that you qualify for, then you better be on another heightened level. I want to see her skinny pictures. Oh, that was when she was born. When they cut the umbilical cord, that was the last time she was skinny, because ever since then, they was putting Big Macs in her bottles. She had fries for pacifiers. She was just eating. When she wake up, and in her dreams, she picking up weight because she eating in her dreams. Then when she wake up, she said, oh, I dreamt about this. Let's do it for real, and let's eat and eat. And this is where we at. And then she gets up and say, I don't want a Vienna sausage. Ma'am, you couldn't even handle a Scott Peterson Polish sausage at this point. You couldn't even handle that. Because only thing ma'am, and I'm not trying to roast you like that. I'm trying to be good, but it just kind of ticks me off that this woman would think that it would ever be okay to be, listen, I'm not like this. I'm the man that I said I can deal with a big woman. I can, and I'm above average earner, way above average. But I can still deal with it because that's fine. I'm not going to hold that against you. When if I felt like we needed to work out together, we could. But nowhere in the world could this suburban come on here and talk like this. That just got me triggered. I need to eat something. I'm about to go.
All right, Nay, let's do it. Give them your Facebook page, honey.
Okay, so Facebook, The Oh So True Show. Instagram, Miss Oh So True. MZOHSOTRU. There is no E. It's kind of like that no limit thing.
Okay.
You can't make it
All
up.
right, well, listen, keep me posted how it goes, honey.
Thank you so much for adding me back, Kendra.
No problem. Bye, sweetheart.
Good night, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Nah, go. So y'all see, this is what I mean. When you lie, when men lie to you, when we lie to you, we tell you stuff like know your worth. We tell you stuff like you beautiful as you are. We tell you stuff like, oh, more cushion for the pushing and everything else. We lie to you. We do. We lie to you before we hook up with you. Because the iron goal, a lot of those men is to, Well, with her, it wouldn't be clapping cheeks. With her, it wouldn't be clapping cheeks. I'm gonna pick up one of my bases. This is Scarlett, y'all. I got work to do tonight. But yeah, so here's my thing. I'm gonna get to work right after I get off of here too. I work, y'all. I'm a hustler. But you lie to yourself. We get to that last, but social media will lie to you. You post a picture up and everybody's saying, you look a certain way when we know that's not true. Or you can behave a certain way. Men do look at that too. And a lot of times we'll say, okay, your friends and people on social media or the things you see on TikTok, which is a plethora for foolishness. Please don't go to TikTok for relationship stuff. Don't go there because they're going to leave you down a path of righteousness for dogs and dying alone. You're going to die alone. Where you at? I got to do one time for my boy, Kevin. Where you at? You ain't here. No.
Women who talk like you die alone.
They die alone. And that's what they set you up for. Those women are not interested, and those men are not interested in you getting the results that you want. They're only interested in getting your money. They are only interested in getting you to buy a book or to subscribe to their YouTube page. I don't care about none of that. I do this for fun. Thank you, Jay. And so here's the thing. The third one is the most important, ladies. Men, fellas. If you want better success, and I'm saying this to me, I always preach to myself too. You want better success in relationships and meeting and attracting the people that you want to be with, you can't lie to yourself. You have to be real with what you are. You have to be real with what you look like and how you need to progress and do better. You need to do better. How can you do you need to lose weight? Do you need to work on your attitude? Are you nasty? Are you mean? Do people like to be around you? And here's the thing. If I was to be with you, what do you do? Are you all over the place? One day you want to do this. Next day you want to do this. Next day you want to do that. Next day you want to do this. That's not good for men who are about their business either. We like stability. We like consistency. We like to see you involved in something because here's the thing. You got a man that's got his clout and everybody knows him and everybody, when he goes to these places that means something, they say, oh, this is your wife. What does she do? I don't know. That doesn't look good for him and it doesn't look good for you. So you need to be real with yourself. You need to be honest with yourself. Take a shower. Look at yourself in the mirror. And you got to ask yourself, would a man earning over average, above average looker, above average whatever, the type of man that I say, hey, I look at him and I know I want him. When he looks at me, what is he going to see initially? Because this is the face he's going to wake up to. Not all that makeup, not all that hair stuff. That's cool, but that's not what he's going to wake up to. So what do you need to do? Now, you can't do nothing about your face. You are who you are. But I'm hard pressed to find any of you that's ugly. I showed you a picture of what Sierra looked like in her normal, just average everyday. She don't look above nothing. She look average. She's a regular everyday woman. I met a girl today at the job that just started. It's gorgeous, but one of y'all young dudes go for her. But at the end of the day, that's without makeup. So it doesn't matter. But what do you look like with your body? When you take those clothes off, what's under there? Are you much better than what we just saw? That's something you need to examine. Don't try to say it's men that like me the way I am, but you don't want none of them. So you need to be real with who you are and be real with what you want. And I just want us to have, the purpose of my show is not to bash. It's to bring attention to stuff that y'all miss. No, one day I'm going to have some people call in, when I get to that point. But it's to present you with another perspective on why most of us are still single. We are the most single, not marrying demographic in this country. And that's something we need to work on. And if I can help us, including me, at least get into good relationships. I know everybody's not going to end up down the aisle for whatever reason. But to get in good, healthy relationships, that's good too. We got to start somewhere. And that's what I'm hoping that it can happen. And we had fun tonight, and I enjoyed, sharing this with you. But I lit this lady up, and I wish, listen, if we were starting early, I'd probably still be ripping this woman because she deserves it. But don't let this be you. Be real with who you are, and don't be insulting to the same men that you would want to be with. If you 400 pounds, don't try to shun big dudes. Yeah, skinny dudes will clap your cheeks, but that's all they gonna do. You need to be real with that, okay? So next week we talk about sex, though. That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting. Next week gonna be about sex, but I got a track I got to lay. Should I do it tonight or should I just wake up in the morning and do it, y'all? I'll let you determine my fate. Should I just rest tonight and just do it in the morning? I kind of feel like this bass right here, I like this bass because it has, I don't know if you can see it really well, but it has these dang on pickups in it and they're not jazz. Do it tonight? Okay, Janet. But I like this bass, man. And I'm not necessarily, somebody said rest. Willie said tonight. I'm starting to get off jazz basses, y'all. I think the next recording I do, I'm going to use soap bars, which is weird. Bass players know what I mean. Soap bars is where it's at right now for me. I'm not really in love with the jazz anymore, y'all. That's weird. So I'm going to get to work. But I want to tell you guys that we have fun over here. And I love you guys. Y'all could be anywhere else, but you decided to stay here with me. Sleep on it. Creativity comes with rest. Okay, I'm going to wait for another comment to tell me what should I lay this track? I mean, it's a bump. Y'all know I can. I kind of want to do this bump though. I don't know. Let me see how I feel when I press this end button. But I love you guys. We're gonna talk about sex. Do your best work. I agree. I agree. I'm waiting. Your energy is good, so your vibe will be on fire. But y'all, yeah. But y'all bring it out of me though. Wait, let me put this down for a second. Y'all, the ones who watch me weekly, y'all don't know how much I get up, pause, to do these shows for y'all. I mean, I try to present something for y'all that's controversial or fun or whatever, but I really, really like doing these shows for you guys because you guys, you fun. You interact with me, you give me your perspectives. A lot of you inbox me and you tell me what you think. And the ones that even watch it later, you give me your inbox. And I really, really appreciate that. And I do these shows for y'all. I mean, trust me, my time, when you start to make more money, you find out that your time is not yours anymore. But I love Mondays is the day I usually make out for y'all. I try to do these shows for y'all, and it takes a lot of time. I was talking to Kevin Hayden about it, how long it takes for me to put this stuff together, the graphics, the cameras, and everything else. But I do it for y'all. I really, and I'm not saying that to float, to gaslight you. I really mean that. I really, really appreciate y'all. I like to do these lives for you. And I hope that you guys are enjoying them. I will continue to do them until, you say, hey, we ain't watching. I mean, I may switch up some things here and there. I got a sports one that I'm going to start up. I need to go ahead and start it up. I got a couple of videos I need to upload. But I just enjoy doing it because I love you so much. So see you next week. We'll be talking about sex. Man, listen, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can you play something? Can I play something? I'm not plugged in. It's actually in my studio. One day I did try to play something, Shanice. I tried to play something one day and Facebook started tripping. So I'm gonna do one of the songs that I wrote. And I'm gonna play it for you. How's that? I'm gonna plug. When my bass comes back, I'm gonna play. If it's back next week, then I'll probably open the show just playing some things for you. Would you like that? Would that be okay? Because I do want to do some more playing on here, so you guys can, hear me or whatever. We can talk about bass and stuff like that. But I just like talking about the things that you guys send me. And a lot of you send me these things to talk about. We enjoy watching the show as much as you. Thank you so much, Jay. I really appreciate that. I really do. I really do. And next week we talk about sex. Now send me your questions. I'm going to start a new segment where you guys ask me questions. And I'm going to answer them questions probably real time. I'm going to pick a question and then we'll discuss that. It's called Ask D. I've got the artwork for it. It's not on this scene. I think it's on this other scene. But yeah, I'm going to do that part of it. I'm going to try to build the show up, make it even better for you guys. You guys that stay up watching me. And I love you guys. But I'm about to jump over here. I guess I am going to do some work tonight. But I love you guys. You guys take care, okay? Love you. Take care.